G'day, footy fans! Welcome back to the stream. Today is Saturday, the 20th of June 2026. We have got a massive round 15 clash coming up. The Adelaide Crows taking on the Melbourne Demons at Adelaide Oval Saturday lunchtime, 1:15 p.m. kickoff time in Eastern or 12:45 p.m. ACST in Adelaide. So we've got the Crows and D's at Adelaide Oval. You've got two teams contending for finals, both in strong form, and there's a big storyline tonight. Who else? Jake Lever, the former Crow, lining up against his old club in his 200th AFL games. That's right, the return of Lever back to Adelaide Oval against his former club. That's right, I'm Ned. I wish there was footy on every day, and I was rich so I didn't have to work and just watch football every day. I wish there was a bit in there. Yeah, so you know there's going to be emotion, pressure, and maybe a bit of spice in this one. And also, as Saturday night or just Thursday night, the great Tony Godra injured himself driving. So I believe he's still in hospital. Just reading the news last night. So the gun, he was basically what made the Crows in the early 90s. The number 6, taking Mark of the Year a number of times. The pin-up boy for SA, Adelaide, the Crows, Star Origin for SA. So yeah, Crows might have some emotion of their gun player, and he still works for the club as an ambassador. But yeah, hopefully he's recovering from his accident on Thursday night. All right, return back to this game. So there will be some emotional in this game with Lever and the Crows, part of the culture of the club. The great Tony Modra injured himself in the driving incident. All right, so look at Jake Lever. He's played this will be his 200th game. He played 56 games for the Crows from 2015 to 2017, and ending his last game in that 2017 grand final loss. And then from 2018 to now, he's played. This will be his 144th game for the D's, including that premiership in 2021 during the COVID against the Western Bulldogs at Optus Stadium. So who couldn't script better? Jake Lever playing his 200th game against his former club, where allegedly things didn't end well when he left the club. So this will be interesting. I'd love to see the first matchup of Walk on Lever. That would be ideal. They've only got a couple of minutes left to start the game. The Crows were founded in 1990 and joined AFL 91. They won 2 premierships, 97, 98. And the Demons won the oldest clubs, over 100 years old, and the recent premiership was in 2021, that includes Jake Lever. So new system, new coach. Stephen King now is the new coach, taking over from the former Crows premiership player Simon Goodwin, who was their premiership coach for the D's in 2021. So fun fact, Crows were created as a team for South Australia because they joined in 91, but in 1990, Port Adelaide Magpies from the SAFL were trying to attempt to join the VFL/AFL, and then that's how the Crows were formed. Instead of moving Port Adelaide Magpies from SAFL to the AFL or VFL, the SAFL made a new team for the Crows, or Adelaide Crows. So that's how they were formed. And Melbourne's one of the foundation clubs of the VFL. So head-to-head overall, from 47 games, Adelaide 27 and the D's 20. So 2025, the Crows won the last game by 13 points, 1977, and the D's won the last game in 2024 by 15 points. So it's going to be a good game. Can't wait for this game. And I can hear one of my favourite songs, Duran, Sandstorm. So I know they play this song at Adelaide Oval, and they play another game at Marvel Same when the Saints play at home. Sorry, I didn't have lunch, just having lunch now. There's still 25 seconds left to the sun. Go. First bounce. Next, Stephen King. Next played for Sydney Swans back in the day, and Stephen King was ruckman for Geelong. Other players did not win a premiership as a player. So Pickett signed the midfield against Isaac Rankin. That'll be a delicious matchup. Alright, they just bounced upon the centre. Gorn against McAndrew. That's going to be an interesting battle. Rankin gets the first ball back from injury. Kicks inside 50 for the Crows. Walker! He's back from Is it injury? No, suspension. From 45 out. Yeah, I think Adelaide will win as well, Ned. Sorry for talking over in my mouth. Melbourne, I don't know why. They tend to struggle with Adelaide Oval. And Essendon won one win. That win was against Melbourne at Adelaide Oval Gather Round. Walker from 52 out to give Adelaide a flying start. Walker from 52. It's going in, and the Crows got the first blood of the game. First goal to Adelaide. Oh yeah, I got to update the scoreboard. Fast start Adelaide, 50 seconds regular goal. So Andrew had to run a centre bounce and go out to Isaac Rankin against Cosy Pickett. That's going to be a delicious matchup in the midfield. Cosy and Isaac Rankin. 2 speed, but Pickett has more power. But Rankin's got the speed, and Pickett's fast as well. Fast up for the Crows. 6-0 Adelaide's way. Taylor Walker back from... Was it suspension or injury? Yeah, it was. When he pushed Connor Sullivan to his captain Dawson when Ali beat Geelong a couple of weeks ago. That's right. Now, Sparrow, the free agent from South Australia, kicks it inside 50 for the D's. Punch by Murray. Nick Murray, his brother got omitted, Toby Murray. So Miller, Dawson, who was rated like the best player last week. Now, the Crows slingshot on the wing. Peatling handballs it to Shelley. High handball to Dawson. Poor handball, basically. Now, Sparrow gets tagged by Stragan. He's going to get rid of it. Oh, fortunate it wasn't holding the ball. So 6-0 Adelaide. As I said earlier, I don't know why Melbourne don't play well at the Adelaide Oval. Not sure why. Melbourne lost the game this year at MCG, the Demons. So Richer gets tagged by Pickett. Not sure how he got rid of it. Play on umpire said. Now, Dan Turner kicks it long on the wing for the D's. And Jesson leads up, but punched by James Borlase. Ball's gone out. So, centre wing throw, Wayne. Now, Gordon wins it, but Jordan Dawson, the best rated player last week, handballs it to him, and then Miller in the centre, breaks a tackle. High fend-off, free kick to Melbourne, high fend-off from Wayne Miller. Free kick to Cade Chandler, the South Australian from Norwood. They pump it quickly inside 50, there's like a wall of Crows. Ball ace dropped the overhead mark. Lucky the Crows had numbers. Murray to Laird, defensive 30 for the Crows. Kicks it long centre wing. Off hands. Shark by Neil Bullen. Just got rid of the ball. Somehow, Rankin, can he get the ball in the centre? He does. Was that high from Sparrow? But he gets the ball with pace. Gets taken out after Rankin. Now, Shark can Melbourne counter now. Daniel Turner from 80 out. Kicks it deep inside 50. Melbourne's got +1 in the full line. Couldn't mark it. But Van Ruin. Now, opportunity. Jefferson snaps left foot. He's kicked it. Sneaks it home. Adelaide made some mistakes in the midfield. They should transition quickly. Beautiful kick. Langford, who I rate him so high in the draft. But, ooh, turnover set from Adelaide. So then Melbourne could slingshot in the middle, and they did. Good game. 4-minute mark, 1 goal apiece. Full structure caught that. But a good left foot snap by Langford for 20 out. Or drop punt. Langford taking what, pick 6 in the draft 2 years ago. Murphy Reid was taking what, pick 16, 17. Jack Lalaw's number 1. Number 2 was Finney Southern. Pick 3 was Jack Smith. Pick 4 was Sid Draper for LA. Can't get a game. So Langford 2 picks that. Pick 6. I rate him highly in the draft. It was a gun, left foot gun at down on Stingrays underrated the draft 2 years ago. So the Crows got the ball in the midfield. Berry runs backwards in the centre. Handballs it sideways. McLean in the centre wing. Cuts inbound in the corridor. Deep. Off Walker. Walker sharks and gives a Peating. Peating handballs it wide. Poor handball. And it's going to be out. 40 metres out from LA's forward line. Walker Crumlett should just snapped it straight away. instead of handball the ball to Pitting's head and then cause an error. And fortunate for the Crows, 40 metres out from the boundary. Boundary throw. Gordon against McAndrew. Gordon wins that. Dan Curtin gets tackled by Cozzy Pickett. So bounce up. So it's Egg Langdon and Cozzy Pickett that both tackle Curtin. So 60 metres out, the Crows pump inside 50. Grab a kick. Turn a dump kicks at centre. Laird takes the mark in the centre. Kicks it inside 50 for the Crows. Poor kick. 2-1. Melbourne's favour, but Melbourne dropped the ball. Langford inside 40. Can the Crows lock it up in their forward 50? They have. So Saligo tackles Harvey Langford. So 3 metres out in the Crows forward line. Umpire throws it. Shelley throw McAndrew. No. Berry tackles Sparrow, the free agent from South Australia. Local junior club was South Adelaide in SANFL. So it's like McAndrew hits it straight to Berry, handles it backwards to Neil Bourne against his old side. Kicks it to Curtin. Curtin handles backwards from 70 out. McElhaney kicks out wide. Marked by, is that Rankin? Rochelle? And a 6-minute mark, they're clapping for Modra. You can see the flag called Godra, or the banner. He's serious situation in the accident, but I've heard it's not critical, so fingers crossed that he can recover. Tony Godra Modra. So Rochelle from 52 out, left side of the forward line. It's gonna be a hard kick. He's right footed at least. Can kick it right to left. And he's hooked it too far. He's hooked it too far. Yeah, he's hooked it. Hooked it too far left. Behind to Adelaide. 1-1-7 the Crows. Good game. 7-6. Crows up by a point. So we've just played over 7 minutes now. Melbourne taking the kick out. Kick at centre wing. 2-1. Oh, what a mark by Turner. Gets 2 Crows players. Now they play on quickly. Brady Fitz, always like his hair's always looking nice and slick. So Melbourne from 70 out, they pump it inside 50. Ball Ace tries to punch it. Now, Jake Melksham gets the ball, handballs it. Can Chandler get this? Handballs over the top. Can Melksham get it? McElhaney, Van Rooyen handballs it. Now, was Chandler taken high? No, looked like it. Play on. Lucky for the Crows, McElhaney looked like he had his hand on his shoulder. So he's going to be bounce up 20 metres out in Melbourne's forward line. And Murray tries to tackle the Melbourne player. Dan Curtin passes one player, big body, midfield, 197cm, wingman. Now, Zach Taylor gives the ball backwards to Laird, defensive 40 for the Crows. Gets to Taylor, handballs it, it's gone out. Lasue, Melbourne free kick from 70 out, Langland's free. No! Oh, I think the Crows play a handball while he was already out. Walker, he got suspended because he pushed Connor Sullivan into Dawson, because you can't push a player into another player. So that's why Walker got suspended. Nelly? Yeah. That was 2 weeks ago when they played Geelong. He handballed it. The ball went out. It should be Melbourne's free kick. I'm not sure why the arc's not taking too long. Boundary throw, really? Handball, and the ball did wrong and then went back out. So it should have been a free kick to Melbourne. To Lasue. Okay, middle of defensive 50 for the Crows, kick into the corridor. Mark Wire looks like Rochelle. Centre, right and centre near the Amy side. Kicks it to Walker. Yeah, that's right. Zach Taylor's got the ball. Dawson on his right side, couldn't use his left. Kicks it, poor kick. I've never seen Dawson use his right foot. Marked by left footer, Harvey Langford, defensive 30 for the D's. Umpire says play on. Walked off the line. Now, Lever. Heard some boos. His 200 game against his old side. Yep. In the contest said they've got long memories. Well, allegedly, things didn't end well when Lever left the Crows. So, defensive 70 for the D's. They kick it long down the line on the wing. The centre forward now. Mark by Keane. No mark. Play on up, I said. Handball it. Crows go in the corridor. Turnover. Turner from 60. Slingshot. Oh, poor kick from Turner straight to Borlace. If he kicked a bit higher, Bailey Fritz would have taken the arms contest mark, but Jane Borlace was able to insert the mark for the Crows. So Curtin's got the ball defensive 50 for the Crows. Chips out wide to Peating, the ex-Giant. Defensive 60 for the Crows. James Peating. Second year on the Crows list. Kicks at centre wing. to Neil Bull next D against his old side. Alex Vaughan won the premiership with the D's in 2021. Kicks the play on the lead, poor kick. Phil Foot couldn't get it. Now ball's on the ground. Zach Taylor handballs it to Dawson for 50. For 40, he won't miss. It's for 30. Takes 3 bounces. Dawson, right now, the best captain right now. Easy. Easy goal for the Crows. The last player of the Crows you want the ball in their hand is Dawson. Last week he was rated the best player of the week and rated as the best captain right now. He had like 20 disposals and 3 goals by midway the second quarter last week against Western Bulldogs on a Friday night. Dawson just casually takes 2 bounces from 50, 2 bounces from 30 metres out and just kicks an easy goal. One of the best kickers in the league. Well, I'm not going to jinx myself. On Friday, I said Jay Amos, him and Fogarty are my 2 best goal kickers, and Amos kicked like 3 behinds on Friday night. I meant Thursday night. But usually Dawson is one of the best kickers in the league, and at least he didn't make me look bad. To Adelaide 2-1-13 to D's 1 straight 6. And Melbourne finally win. They don't win much at Adelaide Oval. So Melbourne, Max Gawn, they get the centre clearance, pump it inside 50. Ball ace, gets the mark against Melksham, looks like a 10 centimetre height difference, and I'm assuming 8 to 10 kilograms. So Nick Murray for the Crows, defensive 30, kicks out wide, centre wing. Off hands, and it's gone out. Misses Keys. 12.5 minutes left. 2-1-13 the Crows, Melbourne 1 straight 6. I think Cozzy Picker's only had 1 disposal. If he gets his hands on the ball, Demons will be more dangerous. Alright, McAndrew hits it, the D slaps it. Miller gets tackled by the D's, tries to break tackle from Chandler, gives it to McAlady, gives it to a teammate. Nankers, not sure he got rid of it. Umpire said. Curtin, big boy, too big for Fritz. 197 centimetre. Oh, poor kick straight to Harley Langford. Decent counter now. Marked. Jacob Van Rooyen's marked at 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle, left side of the forward line near the boundary. Say 50 degrees. Hey, Footy Fanatic. G'day, mate. Yeah, I'm going well. I did the soccer this morning. Brazil, not early. Only a couple hours ago, Brazil versus Haiti. Brazil won easily 3-0. And now, yeah. So hopefully everyone else, yourself, Footy Fanatic, Nettie, Mike, and Co, all enjoy this chat. There was a bad kick by, Danko. So, Van Rooyen, it's coming back, it's swinging back. The D's are on second goal. Beautiful. Turnover. Crows does mistakes, couple of mistakes, bang. Melbourne goes bang, bang. Melbourne put on good pressure. I've seen Crows make a few mistakes in the corridor, and then Melbourne just slingshot transition that fast. Remind me of this morning when Haiti made 3 errors in the centre of the soccer field, and then Brazil was able to transition quickly and kick the 3 goals. 3 turnovers that Haiti did this morning in the soccer. But Turton missed the target badly, and the Crows were off. And then you don't want to give the Harvey Langford. He's a younger version of Dawson. He's a left footer. I reckon he's got elite kicking, and he's going to be a gun player for the D's. Second year on the list, Harvey Langford, but ran 1. Good goal. So game 1 apiece. I went 13-12. Game on. And Cozzy hasn't really had much impact on this game, so if he does, watch out, Crows. Full foot in ruck for the Crows. Gives it a rank in the centre. Breaks 1 tackle. Kicks a loose player. Deflected or smothered, but he gets his own ball from 50 out. Kicks it. Loose player misses the target again, Rankin. Walker, Fogarty. Ooh, was Fogarty taken high? Ooh, Lever. Looked like it. Umpire was being lenient to Lever. 200th game. 35 metres out. Bounce up. Near the boundary. Crows forward line. Phil Footman ruck for the Crows. Barry. Drop the ball. Ooh. Barry, I thought it might have been incorrect disposal. Barry's got the ball from 30 metres out, left side of the forward line on the boundary, so he's going to go for a snap. Say 25, 30 metres out. Normally players will kick this, but I'm not sure about Barry. He's 50-50 from his goal kicking, to be honest. Sam Barry's played every game this year for the Crows. Can he kick this for the Crows? Barry takes 2 steps out. As usual, I was right, he missed. Miss, not really a noble goal kicker. And if he wants to take it to the next stage, he needs to be like a goal kicking mid to be elite. Goal-kicking midfields of goal, your Butters, you know, like your Dawsons, your Bontempellis. Cosy Picker is playing more time in midfield. Midfields that can kick goals are classified elite. Lots of goals. Langford dump kicks in the defense and marked by Trent Rivers. Defensive 70 for the D's. The West Australian. He's along down the line on the wing. Easy mark by Mark Keane. Returning back from Achilles injury. Kicks into the corridor. Hits a target. The Crow switcher. Fogarty from centre. Handballs his first disposal. Gives it. Curtin on his left foot. Tries to kick a banana. Pops it up. Shelley was by himself and couldn't mark it. Now, heard a whistle. Melbourne's free kick. Bowie. The Crows are dominating inside 50s. Melbourne make if Melbourne gets more inside 50s, they'll make LA pay. LA's just butchering inside 50s. The ball goes out. 55 metres out from the Crows floor. Poor kick from Melbourne and went out. Fortunately, the ball went out. Yeah, I know. Tackle out the ball. Yeah, I think. But I guess I agree. He was tackle out the ball buried, but how do you get rid of it? I mean, shouldn't the incorrect disposal be given out a free kick first before being held on to? But continue back to the play. Another, I say full foot and ruck, so it's going to be a bounce up 70 or 65 out from the Crows' goal. Full foot and ruck against the Melbourne player, Luca Kentfield. So Walker slaps over his head. Can Rankin pick this ball up on the ground? No, he can't. I meant Neil Bourne, I should say. So the reserve ruckmans are in. Luca Kentfield against Riley Fulford. LA plus 6 clearance, 10-4, but they're only plus 2 in the scoreboard, 14-12. No, it's going to be a boundary for a 40 out in the Crows forward line. 9 minutes and 17 left. Rankin, Falcon, Fulford hit the ball right to his head almost. Chandler ducks, handballs it, gives it Zach Taylor, handballs it forward, but some of the mid-season Khan loses the ball for the Crows. I can't remember his height. It's a hyphen name. What's the Crows mid-season recruit couple weeks ago? Hall Khan, that's the name. Murray pumps inside 50 for the Crows. Good intercept to mark. By who else? Lever. No, Kentfield. I thought it was Kentfield. I didn't hear any boos. Player not 15. Now, dump kick by the D's in defense. Fortunately, lucky exit. Jack Steele, the Saints former captain, marked it. Now on the wing, Langland dropped the ball. Now that Luke Nankervis gets the ball, gives it to Walker from 80 out, handles it backwards to Hull Khan. Does a spin move, goes sideways to the Amy sign. Laird marks it easy by himself, chips it. Ben Keys from 80 out in front of Cosy Piggott, plays on, chips it, ugly kick. Oh, it's a target to James Peating. He's not a noble goal kicker. As I said, if you want your midfielders to be elite, they have to kick goals. Peating from 45 direct in front. It was a clumsy kick, Nick. Yeah. Footy Fanatic. Yeah. I had an alright sleep. I didn't watch it straight. I watched it on delay, like 7 a.m. So I watched the replay of that on delay. Sucked that we lost, but the next game, the Paragon Friday. So Peating from 40 out direct in front. As usual, the Crows midfielders don't kick goals apart from Dawson. Misses easily. That's the difference of the Crows midfield being elite and not elite. They need goal-kicking mids if you exclude Dawson. Because you can't rely on your forwards to kick all the goals. So Ali 2-3-15, dominating inside 50s. And Lever's kick out, went straight to Isaac Rankin, kicks a player. And Rochelle, this is going to be a hard angle. Yeah. James Peating missed, that's right, let Netty. Should not miss exactly, and that's the issue of the Crows midfield. As a supporter of the club, I just don't rate our midfield. We don't, apart from Dawson, our other midfields, they're solid contributors, your Peatings and your Berries, but I'll be honest, I'll put my hand on my heart. Unfortunately, they're not that elite level, that category goal-kicking mids. So, inside 50, Elliot plus 4, 12-8. Rochelle for goal! My lord, 45 metres near the boundary on the right side of the full line. Josh Rochelle shows them how to kick a goal. Near the boundary, 45 metres out. He's like, repeating. This is how you kick a goal. 45 metres near the boundary. And buried 25 metres from the boundary when he snapped and missed. Because Premiership sides, they got midfields that kick goals. Brisbane Lions, geez, look at their midfield. And they can rotate players like your Ashcroft, your Zach Bailey, McCluggage, and even Rayner can rotate the midfield. Some of these players of the Lions contribute goals as well, their midfields. And that's the difference of a class midfield like the Brisbane Lions. So Adelaide 3-3-21. Entertaining game. Melbourne 2-12. 2 goals straight 12. Yeah, Rochelle is good. In his draft profile, they said that he's got similar characteristics of Toby Green, but I think he's faster than Toby Green. Toby Green's got better hands in terms of overhead marks. Rochelle's got the ground balls more speedier than Toby Green. That was his draft profile when it was taken pick 6 5 years ago. Then I think, I know pick 6. I know Ali were after Rochelle and Naz, but if Rochelle was taken, it's alleged that the Crows were going to take the side of Wangini Malera with that next pick. So either way, you Crows, you'd be happy if you had other players. Naz is good, Rochelle is good, and they're both different players. Rochelle is a goal kicker, Naz is more half-back, midfield, utility, can play anywhere except for ruck. So Melbourne inside 50, off hands from hands, the ball's gone out, Femurs out on the boundary in Melbourne's forward line. So, ball waiting for the umpire throw. So, umpire throws the ball out. Full foot against Gorn now. Congestion. Not sure how the Melbourne forward got rid of it. It somehow did. Whole Khan. High tackle. Looks like it's a free kick to eye contact. Looks like it's a free kick to Whole Khan. Third game for Adelaide from the mid-season draft. He's played all 3 games now. Try to add more run to Adelaide's halfback. That's another thing that they're lacking. Bit of speed off halfback. So, Laird kicks it down the line on the wing. Keys tries to score and the ball's gone out. Centre wing, boundary throw. We've got 5 minutes and 40 seconds left of the first quarter. So, yeah. If you're enjoying the stream, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All subs will be much appreciated. Sparrow pumps inside 50 for the D's. Over the top, Jefferson. Jefferson open goal square, too easy. Goal to the D's. 3 straight the D's. Good kicking. Close game. Last week, Adelaide at quarter time, they were 56 and the Doggies 15. So the Crows were up by 41 at quarter time. This game, they're only up by 3. So Nick Murray totally missed the fly of the ball. The ball went over his head, and then Jefferson was able to get the ball behind the back and run to an open goal. But yeah, turnovers. Both teams are on 10, so 0, both 10 apiece. Inside 50, Ali plus 2, 12 to 10. Disposal, Ali plus 25, 81 to 56. Hit outs Melbourne plus 1, 10 to 9. Centre curves are 3 apiece, even. Stoppage curves, LA plus 7, 10 to 3. Alright, ball's back in the centre. Like Andrew, over Gorn. Rankin gets tackled in the centre. And ball up. Gorn 209, Mac Andrews, 210. So 2 tall ruckmans. Miller handles the lead. Gives it straight to Van Rooyen. What a terrible handle by Laird. Van Rooyen, go! That's a terrible from Laird. Just give it straight to Van Rooyen. Go to the D's. I think the D's are on in this game. Because the Crows don't have pace, apart from Rankin, and forces clumsy errors, and that then Laird handles it straight to Van Rooyen. He just says, thanks buddy, much appreciated for giving me the ball. And Van Rooyen for 50 out pumps it. So Laird tries to sidestep, but Laird doesn't have that skill in taking on players on. He doesn't have that skill. And then he just handles it straight to Van Rooyen. So that's a turnover caused by Laird. Goal to Van Rooyen from Laird's mistake. So Laird picked up the ball, went right, tried to take on 2 Melbourne players. I mean, if it was, I don't know, P. Cripps or Dusty Martin, fair enough, you can take on player, but that's not in the Leeds DNA to take on players. And of course, it's a turnover. That's it. Melbourne in front for the first time. Now, Cozzy Pick gets the ball in the centre. There are some concerned signs for Adelaide. Melbourne, they play the transition quick game and with speed, and Adelaide's not a fast side. So now Melbourne inside 50. Mark, dropped the chest mark. Melksham. Miller fumbles, drops the ball. Straight to Harry Sharp, inbound. Van Rooyen drops it. Picker, ducks. Leg, play on. Van Rooyen. Still, Bowie kicks it sideways. Marked by Van Rooyen from 50 out. Yep. I think the Crows are losing, Eddie. I was still unconvinced with the 2 wins that they've had the last 2 weeks against top 8 sides. Against Geelong 2 weeks ago, they were lucky the weather was raining, and Geelong didn't play the A game. And the Bulldogs, they didn't have any defenders. They flew for 1-on-1 against O'Donnell. And they just said, so this is a real test for Adelaide. Even though I did tip Adelaide, but I'm not shocked if Melbourne wins this game. Van Rooyen from 52 out, 40-degree angle, left side full line. Good for right foot to right to left. He's drilled it. Melbourne started to assert their authority. Crows are in trouble. I repeat, the Crows are in trouble. They're just smashing in the middle and they're going transition with pace. And Adelaide don't have fast players to get back in transition defense. Just smashing Adelaide in the clearances. Melbourne, Stephen King, the new coach, they like to play with pace and transition. If they can move the ball quickly, 1-on-1 against Adelaide defenders, Murray, if you can isolate Van Rooyen and and against Borlase and Murray, that's Adelaide's weakness because they're not good at one. Their strength is not 1-on-1. They like to do team defense, but missing on Worrell, who likes to come back in and play as +1 as an innocent defender. He's injured. That's going to hurt Adelaide. And Keane, his first game back, and watching him in SANFL last week, he wasn't that dominant against North Adelaide last week. Naba said the clearance to Gawn. Oh, poor kick from Gawn. Braden Cook's at the ball, defensive wing. You think Adelaide would just try to chip the ball and slow the game down? But the thing is for Adelaide, if they lose the ball quickly, Melbourne will transition real fast. And also Melbourne's got more speed. Adelaide don't have elite foot pace. Maybe that's why they got Hull Khan into the side. He's got a bit of pace, and Isaac Rankin. But apart from those two, Adelaide don't really have much leg pace. Now Adelaide's just shipping the ball in defence. Poor kick from Miller, but fortunately Dawson's hands was chopped in arms or infringed. So that was a poor kick from Miller. One step, gave a high ball to Dawson. That was a poor kick from Miller. So fortunately Dawson chips it, hits a target. Braden Cook centre wing. Picks up forward. Now inside 50 with Shelley, left foot, banana. It outside boot and he's missed. 3-4-22 Adelaide. Melbourne 5 straight. Good kicking from the D's. 8-point lead to the D's. 2:46 left. Melbourne's kicking is efficiency. Let's have a look at the AFL website. Let's look at this. Now, Daniel Turner's at the mark, defensive 60. So just looking at stats. So long kick inside 50 for Melbourne. It is set them up by James Borlase. He does have good hands, strong hands I should say, in that sense. So now Darcy Fogarty marks it for the Crows. Centre wing, pumps inside 50. 1-on-1, field full. Oh, good help by the Melbourne defender. So Fulsham comes back +2 and punches the ball into the crowd. So Phil had the 1-on-1 against Turner, and then fortunately for D's, Fulsham. No, sorry, it was Phil against Lieber. 1-on-1, he'll be too strong for Lieber in the air. So Fulsham saved him. So boundary free 3 minutes out in the Crows forward line. McAndrew, Gawn, Cozzy Pickett gives the cricket to Langford. Nah, he gave it to Rivers. Now they can go transition again. This is Ali's weakness, transition defense. Harry Sharp on the wing, 1 bounce. 2-on-2, I can see it open. Harry Sharp over top. Melbourne should mark this inside 50. Oh, poor kick from Sharp. Poor kick to Melksham. Should have been a mark to Jake Melksham. Poor kick from Harry Sharp. Melbourne could have had another goal at 10 and probably would have kicked another goal. So, concern silence Adelaide's transition defense. They're not getting back. Melbourne's just gone off fast with transition offense. Stephen King liked to play that fast footy, and the Melbourne coach. So they're good at transition, Melbourne. So Curtin handballs for the Crows defensive 40. Dump kick from Hull Khan. Gives it to Keys. He's got the ball. Kicks it to no one in particular. There's two players on Phil Thorpe, but good defense. He had the Melbourne defender handballs to Gord. Phil Thorpe is chasing McDonald. Kicks it. Got a target. Langland helps out. Kicks it further up the field. That's Brady Fritz, centre wing. His hair always looks clean. Kicks it up the centre forward. Punch by Borlase. The ball's bounced up out. 70 metres out from the Crows' goal. So just waiting for the umpire for the ball. Now, Melbourne's the ball in the centre. Fritz. Can they give it? Rivers give it to Bowie, Premiership player for the D's in 2021. Now, one bounce. Second bounce for the D's player inside 50. Ball ace. Couldn't mark up Nan Curves in his goal square. The Crows stump kick at our defense. Two players on Phil Thorpe, including McAndrew, and the ruckman captain for the D's, Gordon, has marked it. 70 out, kicks inside 50. Poor kick to Dawson, but the ball's on the ground now. Fritz gives it to Cozzy. Cozzy from 3 minutes on the boundary. Cozzy! Out of full. Out of full. 14 seconds left. You think Adelaide would just try to waste his time and not concede? So 14 seconds left. So you think the Crows will just try to waste time and not concede for another 14 seconds left? Long down the line. Good mark by Darcy Foggy. That's his second mark. 6 seconds left. Not enough time to score. Hits a target. Phil Thorpe sharks the ball. Snaps it. And Rochelle can't mark it. That's quarter time, everyone. That's quarter time. So it's been an interesting game so far. Now let's have a quick look at the stats. Goal kickers for the Crows. Singles to Walker, Rochelle and Dawson. For the D's, 3 goals to Van Boyne. Harvey, Langford and Jefferson's both kicked 1 goal apiece. And the highest ball getters for the D's are 8 to Turner and Bally respectively, 7 to Sparrow and Windsor respectively. For the Crows, their highest ball getters are 8 to Laird, 7 to Rankin Pitting respectively, and Cook as well, and 6 to Zach Taylor. Alright everyone, I'll reconvene and come back just under or just over 5 minutes time. I'll be back shortly. Hey guys. Oh, we haven't started yet. My clock. I was just microwaving my potato bake. So I got still hungry. I ate a quick, briefly. After I did the World Cup game, that finished half an hour before the side race. I had to run quickly to the shop. And I had a quick sandwich. I'm still hungry. So the players are getting back in their 6-6-6 position. So I'll just eat my potato bag. Good positive signs for Melbourne. Their transition game, because the ball moved the ball fast, they didn't cut the Crows apart with their speed. The Crows got to stop the Melbourne's transition. Alright, the ball's in the centre, going against McCann. Melbourne, can they get the ball in the clearance? And still, the former Saints captain gets tackled by Rankin in the middle. Another ball up between the two ruckmans, McAndrew and Maxi. McAndrew wins that. Straight to Fitzgerald. Led. Borlase kicks out wide. Poor kick from Borlase. In his draft profile, he was known as not an elite kicker. If I was Melbourne, I'll try to exploit that. Langland, inside 50. Van Boyne picks up the ball against Murray. Millerer. Quick handle of Barry. Barry's handle was smart by the D's has gone out. Crows are fumbly today. Can they handle this pressure? So Melbourne's pressure's been pretty good today. I'd like to see what their pressure rating is. And now, from the boundary throw, defensive 50 for the Crows. Dump it to the centre wing. Good luck marking that. Oh, what I say? Good luck. And Philful takes a contested mark against Tom McDonald. Good hands for Riley. Philful kicks it, touch not touch play on. So McAndrew gets the ball, gets it, Keys, handballs it with Shelley, got picked next to him. He smart vision, kicked it. Umpire said play on. Oh, it's touch. Oh, Zach Taylor marked. Umpire said not 15. Well pass by Shelley. Good vision. But now 38 Adelaide goal, Rankin handballs it to Still. Throw. Now, Ed Langland, defensive wing, kicks it long in the air in the centre wing. Dawson dropped it. Oh, two Melbourne players quickly jumped onto him. Oh, look like it was high. They dived in pretty high. No, holding the ball. He jumped on the ball, but it looked like Melbourne jumped onto him on the back. Shouldn't that be a free kick? So Melbourne's controlling the play. Right here, right now, they look right better at this stage, Melbourne. Now, Lieber can hear some boos. Centre wing. Takes it. Melksham dropped it. Sharp. Now Rankin gets the ball from Folsham. Defensive 60. Kicks it backwards to Millerer. Kicks it to a teammate loose on the 50-metre defensive line. Borlase. Last kick wasn't that good. Another terrible kick by Borlase. As I said in his draft profile, his kicking was below elite. So if I was Melbourne, I want Borlase to always kick the ball for the Crows, because you know there's a good chance of turnover. Like, there was someone on Borlase and kicked it straight to the Melbourne player. Now Melbourne on the counter. Well, Van was in the goal square by himself. Jeez, they should have scored. Trouble signs for the Crows. Melbourne quick transition, making Adelaide pay. The pressure of Melbourne is forcing Adelaide to make mistakes, but even when Borlase was loose, or his kicks last two times he kicked the ball was loose, kicked it, made errors, unforced errors in tennis terms. So Miller kicks it long down the line for the Crows. House, Langland, Aussie Pickett, handballs it, Steele gets tackled straight away. Langland, Melbourne looking good, ground ball gets awesome. They pump inside 50 again. Murray gets Van Moorn, good mark, defensive mark by the Crows. Defender, Murray, Nick Murray. Now, Barry's at the ball in the corridor, handballs are quick in the lead, kicks it forward. Poor kick to Dawson, but he's that good. He gets the ball from 50 out Dawson! Dawson! This guy's just good. Why do City were disappointed when he left? That was a 50-50 kick by Laird, and Dawson uses good hands, marks it, plays on quickly, and just kicks a goal 40 minutes out, 50 minutes out. This guy's just good. Top 3 player in the league right now. Jordan Dawson. Elite. He's the difference of an elite midfielder Crows compared to others in his team. He's just elite. That kick from Laird was up and under for Dawson, but good hands for guys, 192 centimeters. But fortunately for Dawson, when he kicked from 50 meters out of the goals open, Rochelle was loose. Lucky. If he missed that, oh, I'll be fuming. It was Rochelle. He was loose. Player. So, Adelaide down by 3. That's the first time Adelaide's got a goal from transition. Can they make Melbourne pay on the opposite end by counter-attacking? Dawson 17 goals won. What elite kicking. Miller and Laird spoil each other in the Crows' defence. Peating. Gives it to McElhaney. Handballs it to Isaac Rankin. Quick kick. Dub kick. But over the top, there's loose Crows player at the back. Nan Curvis gives it to Taylor. Zach, that is. Handballs it to Dawson. Neil Bullen. Does he run out? No, kept it in. Kick it inside 50. Full foot, one hand up. Now, Maxi Goulden gets tackled by McAndrew. Dump kick by Lieber. Defensive 50 for the D's. This is what Ali needs to force Melbourne dump kicks. Then Miller takes out his own Crows player. Now Mel can go. He was nowhere near the contest and he jumped into Berry's back. Now Berry's on the ground. Now Mel can transition. Miller was nowhere near the play, taking that player out. Mel from 50 out. Chandler makes the Crows pay. Oh, he missed. That was terrible by Miller. Just take out your own teammate when he was about to take the mark. And he just slams into his back. Crows was lucky. Melbourne should have had another goal from transition. And what was Miller doing into Berry? Now Dawson's getting solo check and Berry's getting checked. That's two of their midfielders, or Berry's on now. But can't lose Dawson, the Crows. They don't have anyone else elite in the midfield apart from Dawson. Berry's a solid midfielder and Peating, but they're not goal-kicking mids. So McDonald inside 50 for the D's. Pocket, look like he marked it out. Oh, they're giving it as a mark. Look like he marked it over the line. The crowd are not happy. I agree with the crowd. He juggled it over the boundary. Enfield, Luca. On the right side of the boundary from 50 out. The cameraman and all that have to move for him. Next to the boundary. From 45. Ooh. To the right. But if Dawson's out, he's getting checked. Although, if he is out for the game, Ali's in trouble. Their best midfielder. Top 3 player in the league right now. Mirror. Oh, lucky. That was a poor kick from Miller. Laird just marked his partner in crime. Laird does a 10-meter dump chip kick. Oh, that wasn't 15 to Berry. Very lucky. The Crows playing 5-on-5 on the defence. Sam Berry, the umpire says play on defensive 50 on the Telstra side. Kicks out wide on the wing. Phil Foot off hands to Luke Nankervis. Sharks, Ducks, play on. Vantage now to Zach Tantis. There's a loose Crows player in the centre. That's Isaac Rankin. Kicks it inside 50. And Crows full. Keysman Markle's a poor kick. Rochelle tries to sock it forward. It went out. Melbourne asking for deliberate. No. And Dawson's getting his shoulder checked. He's taking his shoelaces. No, he's doing his shoelace. Might be back on. So, Femia's out in the Crows forward line. Boundary throw. Gordon gets back to Andrew. Look like Gordon had his hand over his neck. Now, Femia's out in the Crows forward line. Set up, bounce up. Berry from 40, left foot. Poor kick, but dropped by Bowie. The ball's on the ground now. Rivers just handles it. Now can Melbourne transition here? Good transition defense from the Crows this time. Chandler gets tackled. 60 metres out from the Crows forward line. The stat will be key for the Crows is forward pressure. Can they lock the ball in their inside 50? If Melbourne transition out fast, Melbourne will win. Now, from the centre, They go out. Melbourne out sharp for centre, one bounce. He's got play on the right. Handballs out wide. Van Rooyen against Borlase. He picks up from 50 now. Cozzy. Oh, Cozzy trying to play a bit of soccer acting. Dan Curtin picks up the ball, gives it to McElady. Just shot the ball, but Cozzy 3 minutes on the boundary. Snaps. Should have kicked that, Cozzy. He's better than that. He's a gun player, Cozzy. Crows got out of jail again. Transition defense is an issue for the Crows. The Demons are just spreading. As soon as they get the ball from defense, they just spread. The Crows' forward pressure, lack of, can't counteract the Demons' spread. Just a matter of time the Demons' spread will smash Adelaide's apart. Just a matter of time. Now Crows are chipping in defense. They're looking hesitant Adelaide, they're just chipping it in defense. Now they kick it long down the line, slow pedestrian movement, but Dan Curtin, big body, 197cm wingman, marks it. Good hands for a guy that tall. Oh, I mean, he's pretty tall. Athletic as well. So, Neil Bourne's got the ball. Aim is out from goal against his old side. Pressure factor, Melbourne 198, the Crows 198. Melbourne plus 10 in pressure factor. Neil Bourne inside 50 for the Crows. Off hands, Maxi gets it, dump kicks it. Marked by Neil Bullen again from 60 out. Who will take a re-kick. Who was pushed by Buddy Fritz. No 50-metre penalty to Neil Bullen. So you think he'll kick it top of the square, Neil Bullen. He won't make the distance from 60 out. Should kick it top of the square. Kicks it. Good luck marking that. There's like 20 players in that. Can Melbourne counteract here? Counter. This is what Melbourne want. Transition, but beating. Just drop the ball. Play on. Sparrow. Handballs out wide. Now you got McElady. Gets tackled by Chandler. Chandler picks up the ball. Now Langdon. Now Melbourne are off again. Handballs it. Fritz gets rid to Langdon. Still Langdon. Gets tackled by Berry. The Crows able to transition defense that time. Nick Murray gets tackled. Hands ping. Is that holding the ball? It is. He's done holding the ball. That's definitely a free kick to Paddy Cross. Melbourne's pressure is scaring Adelaide. Adelaide's struggling under this intense pressure. We know what Adelaide are like in finals last year. Lost both games, lost all 8 quarters against Hawthorn and Collingwood respectively in the finals. So I'm still suspect of Adelaide. Yes, they've beaten top 8 sides the last 2 games, but before that, they're 5-11 against top 8 sides. And the game against Geelong was in the rain. So it wasn't really a finals game. Last week, the Bulldogs just didn't have a defence. So it's just like a free kick to Harvey Langford on the wing for Melbourne. Poor throw back for the Crows, should have been a 50-metre penalty. Dawson's been on the bench for the last 5 minutes and him back badly. Had this AC joint assessed, I'm assuming. I'm no doctor. Crows got +1 defence. Almost lost at Curtin in his goal square. Kicks it out wide. Nankervis. Oh, good mark from Luke Nankervis. Defensive 40 for the Crows. Good mark. Long down the line. The Crows are not trying to take the game on now. Holding. Melbourne's free kick. Melbourne's got field play. Adelaide's not going through the corridor as much. Now, Turner handballs it. His teammate. Marked by Sparrow. Or Colstrom, I should say. Kicks it. Borlase punches the ball out. Next to the behind post will be a boundary throw from the D's. D's looking also the better out of the 2 sides, right? I know it's early days, but right now you'd be happy as a Melbourne supporter. Melbourne +4 inside 50s in the second quarter. Was it 9-4? +5. They've kicked what, 3 behinds? So from the boundary throw, Chandler. Hands. How'd Sparrow get rid of it? Play on. Keen handles it backwards to no one. Error. Melbourne's pressure is just brilliant. And Melbourne's taking the ball out. Fumia's out their forward line. 9:25 left. There's an opportunity for Adelaide to pounce where Max Gawn and Cozzy Peake are both on the bench. They're top 3 players. So now Kentfield gets the ruck and goes on left foot snap. Kentfield misses. 5-5. Melbourne were 5 straight. Now they're 5-5. Look at Kentfield. Was he a mid-season draft last year? Second year and less. No. Miller's got the ball. Kicks it to McLean, defensive 50. Adelaide hesitant. They're just chipping it now. They don't want to take the game on. This is what Melbourne wants. Adelaide just chip. So the Crows had 4 possessions. Now they've gone backwards from defensive 60 to defensive 40 to Miller. Now they've got the ball defensive 40. Adelaide's trying to switch, but still in the defensive 50. Has 6 possessions for a 2-minute gain. Now they finally get the ball out. Ball ace. This time he handles it because the last 2 kicks he's kicked it straight to the opposition. Murray long kick down. Oh, Fogarty should have marked that. Dropped a pretty simple overhead mark. Not sure what's happening with Fogarty. Hasn't kicked many goals in the last month. So 60 out from Adelaide's goal. And they got Phil Fulton Ruck. He's their best key position for them to take overhead marks. Fogarty's had a dirty day or month. He hasn't had many goals. Now, Miller to Rankin. Rankin kicks it out. Centre to Keane, back from injury. Kicks to the pocket. Walker, good left foot on the boundary. It's an impossible kick. He had to swing back to his right. Or should have centered it. He was on the left side of the boundary and went for a left foot pass. It was the percentage of kicking from the angle is pretty difficult to kick. So lucky for Adelaide, the ball's gone out next to their behind post. Boundary throw. Phil Fulp. Now, turn the dump kicker. Enough. King, Cook loses it. Murray. Now, Zach Taylor gives it to Murray. Murray to Cook. Cook from 50, left foot. Try to hit Saligo against 3 Melbourne guys, and Saligo's at 170 centimeters. Sparrow dump kicks it out. And good. Dawson went for the mark, but good support from Cade Chandler, and the ball's gone out 60 metres out from the Crows forward line. All week they've been talking about the 3-headed monsters Adelaide's forward line. They haven't really contributed much. Only Walker got the goal in the first minute, but apart from that, they haven't contributed any goals. And I'm still suspect because that forward line failed against those 2 sides in the finals last year, against Hawthorn and Collingwood, where the Crows lost all 8 quarters. All right, dump kick. Inside 50 for the Crows. Now ball's punched out, 30 metres out from Adelaide's forward line. So boundary throw, 7 minutes 29 in the second quarter. D's up by 7. Umpire throws the ball. Howes. Now Melbourne can transition. This is where they're dangerous. Spady Fritz marks it. Centre wing. Plays on. There's a player charging in the centre. This Jefferson too easy. Oh, he dropped the centre. How did he drop a centre, Jefferson? Should have been an easy soccer bomb. Oh, Jefferson should have marked an easy. And it would have been another goal. They just transitioned. Alan's lack of leg speed and the transition defense, it's awful. Melbourne just got to cut Adelaide apart every time they just go from defense to offense. Their leg speed is just too good. Players like Langford and all that Langford and Langdon they go and spread. And Adelaide, they're too scared to take the game on. They're just every time in the defense, they're just chipping it out wide on the wing. And Melbourne can set up the defense in their zone because they know that Adelaide's not kicking the ball in the corridor. The Sioux, someone's free kick. Adelaide's free, it looks like. Yeah, Melbourne's blocking the centre, so Adelaide's just chipping it, and by the time Adelaide chips, but there are times that they've had 6 disposals for like 10 metres gain. So it's marked at 60 from defence, chips it back to his defensive 40. Now they've chipped it back to the defensive 30 to Keane. The Crows had 3 disposals that had minus 20 metres gain. They're just they're not taking the game on. Just slow the ball move. This looks like Adelaide, excluding the last 2 weeks, Adelaide back to what they were before the bye. When they beat the Bulls with Geelong, they tried playing fast, but now they're not playing fast again and going back to their normal defensive game plan. Adelaide's had 10 disposals and they finally passed centre. Now, Laird, but Melbourne's already got everyone behind the ball, so now Laird pumps inside 50. Good luck marking that when Melbourne's got everyone behind the ball with the slow ball move. Against Bulldogs, the Crows went fast, where you had a Phil Foot 1-on-1 against O'Donnell. But when you move the ball that slow from defense to offense, all 18 Melbourne players can get back in defense, and you're just going to kick it to a 36 player in the back 50 for Melbourne. So Melbourne will take that, and then Melbourne's already got the players in defense. They can go get on the transition counter attack and stream like soccer style, where you park the bus and then you transition from defense to offense that fast. Hawker Hahn plays on quickly. Saligo, inside 30 for the Crows. Peeling, handball on the ground to Braden Cook. Tries to take on the player. Breaks the Rochelle from 30 out. Near the boundary, snaps, and it's not going to go behind. I think both teams have been goalless this quarter. Low scoring game. Good game. Adelaide needs see what happens after half time, but if Adelaide continues to slow ball movement, they're going to lose. So Walker from 55 on his left foot. Terrible kick. Way over Fogarty's head. That was a terrible kick from Walker. Now Langham dump kicks it out defense. 2-1. Here we go. Fritz has got the ball. They can go transition now. Handballs it slowly, Fritz. Lucky for Ali, they had a couple +1 in defense to help out. Just try to stop. That time, even the commentator said Ali had great shape. King Hinckley said Fritz couldn't transition, but I think Ali needs to keep that shape. Then you have a +1 or +2 in defense when Melbourne transition. But Adelaide's fortunate Melbourne's kicked 6 behind since kicking 5 straight. So that because Melbourne's dominated this quarter, but their poor kicking has not got them a bigger lead. Melbourne up by 7. Melbourne looking good right now. They look clean out of 2 sides. And Adelaide very fortunate they're only down by 7. So Langdon takes a kick. Looks like it's down to full. Yep, Keane to Mark Keane. Centre wing. Kicks it to Dan Curtin. Umpire said get out, get out. If you're in, you're in. Should that be a 50-metre penalty? You're really in, you're in. How tells someone to get out when they already ran in the protective zone? I still don't get this 50-metre protective zone. Hawker Khan, centre wing. Kicks it. Good luck marking that. Over the top, Keys. Michelle tries to pick it up on the ground. Max Gorn handballs it. Got 2 Crows play, go to Neil Bullen. Snaps it. Back to Maxi. It was a poor kick from Neil Bullen. Should have done better than that. There was 2 Crows play against next to each other, Neil Bullen and that. Neil Bullen had plenty of time. He just rushed and kicked it straight to Max Gorn, defensive 20 for the Ds. Intercept the mark. Ale +3, 10-7. Murray takes a specky over Luca Ketfield. Nice hangover from Murray over Luca. Nick Murray pumps it. Center. Oh, Fogarty hands on the shoulder. Should have been a free kick. Cosy Pickett. Even the commentator saying, was that illegal? Now, Melbourne. Defensive 30. They're handballing it. Ali needs a dump kick from Melbourne. They try to take it out by hands. And Lever. Outside the boot from Trent Rivers. Could be a turnover. No. Cosy Pick. Can he get it? Barry? No. Neil Bullen? No. Sparrow? No. And over the top. Now. Fitzgerald. The space. They didn't get this handball Langford. Although Falkshop does. But now Chandler. Can he get it? Or Murray? Chandler slips and goes out. 40 out. Wow, he slipped and he went out and he gave it deliberate against Chad Candler. Wow. Then he did try to jump out like a rugby try. But he did slip as well, Chandler. So, Kamara kicked it long. Cozzy, Pitting. Cozzy. Backhand from Pitting. Gives it to Taylor Walker to Dan Curtin. On the wing. Dropped it, fumbled a couple of times. Now he finally finds a teammate. Keys. Dawson can't get it. And Melbourne. Their work rate is awesome, Melbourne. And ground ball gets it. Adelaide showing some signs of panicking. Kick it on the wing, Melbourne to the inside. Lassou. Should that be Adelaide's free, I think? Yep, it's Adelaide's free kick. Lassou. Melbourne's free. Touched by Nankerv's kick. The ball's in the Crows forward line. Fogarty finally marks the ball in the forward line. It's been so quiet in the last month. He hasn't touched much this month. So, and Fogarty, his strength is his kicking. He doesn't get much of the ball, but he's kicking his strength. 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle, but he's kicked 8-9. He's kicked terrible this year. But normally he kicks, but he's 8-9. His kicking's been terrible this year. 45 metres out in front of the heel. Fogarty, if in doubt, never really misses, but he's kicked 9 this year. His kicking hasn't been elite, but I still back him and Jay Amos, even though Amos kicked lots of behinds on the weekend. Wow, Melbourne's been dominating this game, and the Crows. Wow, the Crows are down by 1 point. They'll take a 1 point deficit into half time. The Crows. Melbourne's been so better and transition offense. The D's are just going off. But Crows will take that. Like what? Nothing. You can never question Fogarty's goal kicking, but him getting the disposals is an issue. Like, well done, Fogarty. Like, last week Fogarty had 7 disposals. The previous week against Geelong he only had 7 disposals. Against Hawthorn he only had 9 disposals. So Fogarty hasn't touched much of the ball. Now, Crows pump the ball inside 50 again from the centre clearance, and it's out. 3 metres out. Good punch by Jake Lever. So easy for Lever, just smash the ball. Everyone knows he's an interceptor marker. So Gordon grabs the ball and ruck. Cozzy Piggott gets the ball. Can Melbourne transition again in the Crows' forward line? So kick it to centre wing. Murray dropped it. Ball ace. Handles the lead. Handles it backwards to Miller. Kicks it to the centre. That's Max Michelini. Kicks out wide. Hits a target. Nan Curvis walks off the line. Umpires to play on the centre wing. Now there's some space. Zach Taylor kicks it. Walker takes an overhead mark from 70 out. Pumps inside 50. What a poor kick by Walker. Just kicked it basically out. Good luck to any of the forwards marking that grubber kick. The ball just went grubbing into the ground. Terrible kick from Walker. Fortune for the Crows. Boundary throw. Femurs out in the Crows forward line. They'll take that. Umpire throws the ball. McAndrew. Fitzgerald. Quick kick from the Demons player. And the ball's gone out. Chandler. Did his boot? No. Amir's out from the Crows forward line. 43 seconds left. Adelaide 5-5-5. The D's 5-6-6. Melbourne up by 1. No, I think they're arcing it. I think they might check it. Did hit the Melbourne player last. No, Kerber's boot. No, the pink boot. Sharp. They hit the pink boot or the white boot? I'm looking at the replay. Oh. Okay, that's a free kick to Melbourne Lasso. Okay, Cozzy Piggott kicks it down the line. Gorn couldn't mark it. Steele, Chandler. Okay, 3-4 seconds left. Sharp, one bounce, pumps it. Fritz. Ooh, he blocked out Cook. Should be a free kick to Cook. Fritz had the body position and then laid the block over Cook. So free kick to Braden Cook in the marking contest. 26 seconds left. You think LA would just try to waste time? Don't think they can score with 26 seconds left in the defense. Cook's kick. I heard a whistle. I heard Max Gorn's name. Free kick to Max Gorn. 15 seconds left. 14. Free kick to Gorn. 13 seconds left. In the center wing. Kicks it forward. Can someone mark this? They should. Van Rooyen's marked it. 6 seconds left. 55 minutes out. He'll be kicking after the siren. Jacob Van Rooyen. It's going to be a big, big kick. If it was Adelaide, I'll put the ruckman in the goal square. And I'll put your... Who else is tall? I'll put Phil Fulp on the... No, there's already someone on the mark. So I'll be putting Phil Fulp and McAndrew and Walker and everyone in the goal square for the Crows. He'll be kicking from 55 metres out on the boundary right side of the full line. Jacob Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen. Oh, it's out on the full. Melbourne, they take a 1 point lead. So it's half time, everyone. Half time. Both teams fighting for top 4. Melbourne 5-6-6. Poor kicking. They should have kicked a couple more goals. Adelaide 5-5-35. The D's up by 1 point at half time. Alright, let's have a look at the stats. For the home side, goal kickers, 2 to Dawson, singles to Walker, Rochelle and Darcy Fogarty. For Melbourne, their goal kickers are 3 to Jacob Van Rooyen, singles to Harvey Langford and Jefferson. Their goal kickers, ball getters, high on ball getters for Melbourne are 13 to Turner and Gordon respectively, 12 to Langdon and Bowley respectively, and 11 to Jack Steele. Alright, that's the stats for the Melbourne Demons players. Now for the Crows, their leading ball getters are 16 to Wayne Miller and Rory Led, respectively, both defenders, 15 to Isaac Rankin, 14 to Berry, and 13 to Luke Nankos. Alright, they're the stats for the Crows as well. So let's have a brief look at the team stats before we reconvene. I understand your language, Callum, I know what you mean, you're not happy with that fine. But there's some concerns with Adelaide's transition defense. We weren't able to slingshot from defense to offense, so Adelaide needs to be careful with that, with their pace. Look at disposal. Adelaide are plus 33, 220 to 187. Inside 50, plus 1 Adelaide, pretty close, 30 to 29. Disposal efficiency, Adelaide plus 10, 80 to 70% efficiency inside 50. This is where it matters. Melbourne, what's that? 45 to 37. Melbourne plus 8% in efficiency inside 50. Adelaide needs to improve that. Free kicks, Melbourne plus 1, 8 to 7. Hit-outs, Melbourne plus 3, 22 to 19. Clearances, Melbourne plus 1, 21 to 20. Uncontested position, Adelaide plus 45, 150 to 105. Alright, they're the major stats. Oh, one more. Time in front, we played 56 minutes. Melbourne's led for 36, Adelaide led for 20. So Melbourne's led for 60% compared to Adelaide 40%. I understand, that's right, yeah. Alright, everyone, thanks for your input, guys and ladies. I'll see you guys and ladies in how many minutes left till the start of the so just under 80 minutes. I'll reconvene and see you guys after halftime. In interim, give a shot the multiple choice question. Alright, see you short. In 2019, who kicked the most goals in the home away season? A. Jet Riewoldt, B. Jeremy Cameron, or C. Tom Hawkins? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B. Jeremy Cameron with 67 goals. In 2020, who won the AFL Premiership? A. Richmond Tigers, B. Geelong Cats, or C. West Coast Eagles? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Richmond Tigers. In 2019, who was taken with the number 1 draft pick? A. Matt Rowell, B. Jamar Ugle-Hagan, or C. Jason Horne-Francis? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Matt Rowell. In 2015, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on ground in the grand final? A. Cyril Rioli, B. Luke Hodge, or C. Sam Mitchell? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Cyril Rioli. In 2024, who won the Brownlow medal? A. Patrick Cripps, B. Lachlan Neale, or C. Nick Dacos? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Patrick Cripps with 45 votes. In 2020, who was taken with the number 1 draft pick? A. Aaron Cadman, B. Harley Reid, or C. Jamar Ugle-Hagan? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Jamar Ugle-Hagan. In 2024, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on ground in the grand final? A. Charlie Cameron, B. Lachlan Neale, or C. Will Ashcroft? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Will Ashcroft. In 2013, who kicked the most goals in the home away season? A. Lance Franklin, B. Josh Kennedy, or C. Jared Ruffhead? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. Answer is C. Jared Ruffhead with 68 goals. In 2015, who won the Brownlow medal? A. Dustin Martin, B. Patrick Dangerfield, or C. Nat 5? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. Answer is C. Nat 5 with 31 votes. In 2023, who won the AFL Premiership? A. Sydney Swans, B. Collingwood Magpies, or C. Brisbane Lions? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. Answer is B. Collingwood Magpies. In 2014, who was taken with the number 1 draft pick? A. Andrew McGrath, B. Paddy McCartan, or C. Jacob Wittering? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B. Paddy McCartan. In 2023, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on ground in the grand final? A. Bobby Hill, B. John DeGoey, or C. Nick Dacos? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Bobby Hill. In 2014, who kicked the most goals in the home away season? A. Lance Franklin, B. Josh Kennedy, or C. Tom Hawkins? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Lance Buddy Franklin with 67 goals. In 2023, who won the Brownlow medal? A. Patrick Cripps, B. Lachlan Neale, C. Nick Dacos? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B. Lachlan Neale with 31 votes. In 2022, who won the AFL Premiership? A. Richmond Tigers, B. Geelong Cats, or C. Sydney Swans? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B. Geelong Cats. In 2023, who kicked the most goals in the home away season? A. Harry McKay, B. Charlie Curnow, C. Jesse Hogan? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B. Charlie Curnow with 78 goals. In 2016, who won the Brownlow medal? A. Dustin Martin, B. Patrick Dangerfield, C. Nat 5? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. Answer is B. Patrick Dangerfield with 35 votes. In 2015, who was taken with the number 1 draft pick? A. Andrew McGrath, B. Cam Rayner, or C. Jacob Wittering? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Jacob Wittering. In 2022, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on ground in the grand final? A. Patrick Dangerfield, B. Isaac Smith, or C. Tom Hawkins? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B. Isaac Smith. In 2017, who won the Brownlow medal? A. Dustin Martin. B. Tom Mitchell. C. Nat Fyfe. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. Answer is A. Dustin Martin with 36 votes. In 2021, who won the AFL Premiership? A. Melbourne Demons. B. Collingwood Magpies. C. Western Bulldogs. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Melbourne Demons. In 2016, who was taken with the number 1 draft pick? A. Andrew McGrath. B. Cam Rayner. Or C. Sam Walsh. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Andrew McGrath. In 2020, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on ground in the grand final? A. Trent Cotton. B. Shea Bolton. C. Dustin Martin. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Dustin Martin. In 2016, who kicked the most goals in the home away season? A. Lance Franklin. B. Jeremy Cameron. Or C. Josh Kennedy. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Josh Kennedy with 80 goals. In 2022, who won the Brownlow medal? A. Patrick Cripps. B. Lachlan Neale. Or C. Ollie Wines. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Patrick Cripps with 29 votes. In 2014, who won the AFL Premiership? A. Hawthorn Hawks. B. Collingwood Magpies. Or C. Western Bulldogs. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Hawthorn Hawks. In 2017, who kicked the most goals in the home away season? A. Lance Franklin. B. Jeremy Cameron. Or C. Tom Hawkins. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Lance Buddy Franklin with 69 goals. In 2019, who won the AFL Premiership? A. Melbourne Demons. B. Collingwood Magpies. Or C. Richmond Tigers. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Richmond Tigers. In 2021, who won the Brownlow medal? A. Patrick Cripps. B. Lachlan Neale. C. Ollie Wines. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Ollie Wines with 36 votes. In 2019, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on ground in the grand final? A. Trent Cotton. B. Shea Bolton. C. Dustin Martin. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Dustin Martin. In 2017, who was taken with the number 1 draft pick? A. Matt Rowell. B. Cam Rayner. Or C. Sam Walsh. I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B.
Cam Rayner.
In 2018, who kicked the most goals in the home away season? A. Jack Riewoldt, B. Jeremy Cameron, or C. Tom Hawkins? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Jack Riewoldt with 65 goals. In 2018, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on ground in the grand final? A. Luke Shoei, B. Jack Darling, or C. Tom Barras? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Luke Shoei. In 2017, who won the AFL Premiership? A. Richmond Tigers, B. Collingwood Magpies, or C. Western Bulldogs? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Richmond Tigers. In 2021, who was taken with the number 1 draft pick? A. Aaron Cadman, B. Harley Reid, or C. Jason Horne-Francis? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. Answer is C. Jason Horne-Francis. In 2017, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on ground in the grand final? A. Trent Cotton, B. Shea Bolton, or C. Dustin Martin? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Dustin Martin. In 2018, who won the Brownlow medal? A. Dustin Martin, B. Tom Mitchell, C. Nat Fyfe? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B. Tom Mitchell with 38 votes. In 2016, who won the AFL Premiership? A. Western Bulldogs, B. Collingwood Magpies, or C. Brisbane Lions? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is A. Western Bulldogs. In 2020, who kicked the most goals in the home away season? A. Harry McKay, B. Charlie Curnow, or C. Tom Hawkins? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is C. Tom Hawkins with 42 goals. In 2023, who was taken with the number 1 draft pick? A. Aaron Cadman, B. Harley Reid, or C. Jason Horne-Francis? I will give you 10 seconds to work out which one is the correct answer. The answer is B. Harley Reid. In 2014, who won the Norm Smith medal for best on? Sorry, hold on, cut this early. Didn't realise my clock was inaccurate. The players on the field, they're heading their 6-6 position. Melbourne keep on continuing doing what they do by kick straighter. Adelaide, if they can stop Melbourne's transition from their full line, Adelaide's full pressure needs to lock the ball up, then they can win this game. So the Crows need to be better with their forward pressure. Or as Melbourne can cut apart with their transition game from defense offense. So they have a siren, but they're stopping. What's going on? They're checking the Gatorade bottles of the Crows. Right, now the third quarter starts. Sparrow. Jack still pumps inside 50 for the D's. Maxi kicks it up forward. Roy gets tackled on Murray. Handles over the top. Cozzy looks dangerous against Keane. Moving round to his own Tim Melksham. Now, Jeffson kicks it. Alex up numbers now. Keys handles it backwards to Brown Cook. Does a shimmy in his defensive 30. takes one bounce, gives it to him. Keys, defensive 60 for the Crows, kick it long on the wing, 1-on-1. And Neil Bourne grabs the ball. Free kick to Melbourne, another free kick to the D's. They were +1 at half time, now they're +2 in free kicks. Alright. The Melbourne player, Daniel Turner, kicks it back to who else? Jake Lever. It is just the end of the game, isn't it? I swear it was. My thumbnail could be wrong. Oops. Now, Turner kicks it long down the centre forward. Off hands. Holding Melbourne. Another free kick to Melbourne. Max Gorn's free from 80 out. Melbourne's got the first 2 free kicks or 3 in this quarter. Maxi. Just up us this play on. Kicks it deep inside 30. Oh, what a mark! Langford. Adelaide don't look like scoring in this game. Adelaide's got to improve their defence. Hook's opponent marked at Langford. Langford. And he's got a beautiful left foot kick. Picked 6 in the draft 2 years ago. Harvey Langford from down on Stingrays underage, second-year player. When I watch him in the underage, he reminded me of a Dawson type. He was playing off halfback. He's an elite left foot kick and been midfield. Has been playing some midfield minutes for the D's. No, it's a dead eye. He should kick this. Langford has now what a fast start to the D's. The D's had the first free kicks of this quarter. Watching this, I would be concerned for the Crows. There's just something about them not transitioning fast. The ball move. Melbourne's good defense across the field, forcing Adelaide to move the ball slow. Melbourne 6-6-48, Adelaide 5-5-5. Melbourne had lots of opportunities in the second quarter, so can they make Adelaide pay? Or can Adelaide finally step up in the third and Adelaide need to do some dare and just take the game on and go. Not chip on the side, down the line, down the wing. Whereas the ball movement's been pedestrian slow and Melbourne can get numbers back. Adelaide needs to go fast in transition. What they did in the first quarter against the Western Bulldogs last week. Right. McAndrew gets the ball. Smarted by Maxi. Now Bowie gets the ball, kicks it up forward. Randall gets bored by Murray. Langford gets tackled over the line by Cook. This time Cook did better. Boundary throw. Maxi against McAndrew. The winner of this gets into the top 4. 2 top 6 sides. Cook dump kicks it. Centre wing. McClears. Steele, look at that strength. Now, Chandler for 40 out. Kicks another one. Crows are in trouble. The Crows are in trouble. They don't look like scoring the Crows. They're in trouble. Melbourne kicking this on the kicking streak. They should have penalised Adelaide or punished Adelaide in the second quarter. Kicked 6 consecutive behinds in the second quarter, Melbourne. Melbourne come up out after half time. This is the Crows pre-bye where the ball movement was slow. Totally agree, Callum. We are, to be honest, we're pathetic. And this is an insipid performance by our team. I can't see Adelaide winning this game. 100% agree, Callum. So Chandler takes the money of the 13 now for the D's. Lucky. I had an option to buy tickets for this game. Lucky I didn't waste my money on it. On this performance. Right. McAndrew. Here's it to Berry. The Crows need the next goal now. Now Melbourne, can he move it forward? Miller, McAndrew. Dawson's got pressure. Just threw it out. Look at that pressure on Dawson. They're playing well, Demons. Rivers, another inside 50 for the D's. I haven't seen Adelaide gone inside 50 yet in this quarter. Free kick the ball ace. Melchin was holding on to him. Melbourne's come out on fire this third quarter. Right. Down the wing. Dawson. No other midfielder Crows is contributing. Dawson is almost like a one-man team in Adelaide's midfield. Now, Zach Taylor's dump kick takes an easy mark from Melbourne defender Bowie. Goes backwards to the lever. Defensive 60 for the D's. Jake Lever spent 3 years with the Crows, 2015 and 2017. Kicks at centre wing. Melbourne's just controlling field play as well. The poor handball to Lever, but he got it out quickly. Turner, inside 50. Can Ranwood mark this? Sport by Keane. He's got the ball now. Goes backwards. Ball eyes. To Murray. Now McElhaney. Kicks it out a lot wide to the centre wing. Lever. Oh, he dropped it. I thought he marked it. Okay. Jake Lever dropped it. Oh, it's getting up gingerly. No, he did mark it. It's just on the ground, gingerly injured. He did mark it. His legs did hit the ground when he marked in air. Didn't look bad, but... Before the Crows drafted Lever in 2015, the Crows did draft Lever after him recovering from an ACL knee injury in his under-ratings days. So it's all right now. Lever's taking the free kick, the mark kick. Now, Bowie. Oh yeah, commentators did say game turn. I was right. This game turn for Lever. So Bowie inside 50 for the D's. Good insert the mark from Dan Curtin. Defensive 40 for the Crows. Melbourne's owning the field play at this stage. Low scoring game. Adelaide struggling to score. They talk about all week about the three-headed monsters of Philfoot, Rankin and Walker. They've only contributed 2 goals. McAndrew, good defensive mark for the Crows ruckman. And Miller kicks out wide to Dawson. Gives it to Keane. Goes inbound in the corridor. Risky kick. Now, Hulk Hahn does a risky kick. Now, from that mistake, Adelaide's got the chance to transition in the middle. Miller gives it to Zach Taylor. Open full on for the Crows. That's what the Crows want. Philful. Poor kick from Taylor. Lever just punches it. Neil Bullen should be able to get the ball first. He does from 50 metres out. Kicks a loose player. Keys 35 directly in front. Keane tried to take the game on in the corridor. He stuffed it up, the kick, but lucky the Crows had numbers in the corridor and they were able to transition. So if Adelaide plays like that, try and go to the corridor and take the game on, they might have a chance. But if they go slow pedestrian, slow ball movement and down the line, Melbourne will get numbers back into flood and defend. So it's if Adelaide can get the ball there quicker and also stop Melbourne's transition from defense to offense. So Ben Keys from 35 directly in front should kick this. Keys drills up for the Crows. Their first goal of the second half. They needed that. They really needed that, the Crows. Put some life back into the game for the Crows. Even though they're down by not that many, 6-5, 41. The game, there's the atmosphere, the spirit, the crowd. It's just plateau or the support is hard. So they don't look psyched. And my mate who's at the game is just texting me, yeah. While doing this, texting my mate at the game as well. Yeah. But they take it. And fortunately for Adelaide, they're only down by 7 points. But without looking at the stats in real detail, but just watching general play, Melbourne look on top. And Keys have kicked 17 goals 6 this year, whereas Fogger kicked 9-9. Alright. Ball's back in the centre. Isaac Rankin runs away from Cozzy Pickett. Kicks it up forward. Walker 1-on-1. McDonald, Keys, Neil Bullen for 40. He's kicking to a player in the lead. Fogarty dropped the chest mark. It was a hard kick. Well, it was a hard attempt. Wasn't a good kick from Neil Bullen. McDonald keeps the ball in play, kicks it long down the line. Fritz. Bottom row. Oh, you're at the bottom row, Callum. North, south, the hill end? The northern end of the ground, Callum? Nice. God. You're on the northern side there, mate, Callum? Hope you enjoyed it. Now, Curvis. Tackle high. Are they getting an advantage? No. Now, I was going to get a ticket, but then I already scheduled I was going to do this game on YouTube, so yeah, I decided not to. But, if Adelaide can improve their offense, They got a shot named Curvis. Chips it to Nick Murray, not 15 umpire stairs. Kicks it to a teammate, Ball Ace, and said, "This is what Mel wants. I want Ball Ace to have the ball in hand. Because his kicking is not his strength." So it goes to safe option, wide to Keane. Ali had the ball from 70 metres out, and then got the ball backwards. Now Miller from 52 out. Goes for it. Miller has kicked the goal for the Crows. 2 in a minute for Adelaide. Damn. Team does play aggressive. They do miss that defender that likes to take the game on. So they can have more speed with Keane, Hawker Khan, and Wayne Miller off half back. Wow, Callum, they can just change. 1 minute they're awful, 1 minute they're good. Can't they just stay at one, either good or bad? So Adelaide only trailing by 1 point. Wow, Melbourne's been controlling field play and everything. And Adelaide, you take this 1 point deficit at this stage of the game, Melbourne's been dominating. 48 to 47. We've got 13 minutes and 15 off this third quarter left. The D's up by 1. Maxi against McAndrew and Ruck. Maxi wins that. Can Rankin get no? Fitzgerald gives it to Maxi. Now Steele gets tackle. Ooh, bounce up, center wing. So Maxi wins it. McAndrew tries to kick it. Does the crowd sound louder now, Callum? It seems like it now since Ali got the last couple goals, because just asked my friends, they said, yeah, it's been static and pretty quiet, but I'm assuming the last 2 goals will add more to the environment and atmosphere. Harry Langford had 2 Crows on him. Oh, they gave him the back. Ooh, crowd not happy. Ricky to Harvey Langford. Play on. Langford now. 1, 2, 3, back to Langford the third time. Now inside 50, he's got a good kick. Off Murray hit it against Randwood. Luke Nankovas gives it to Hawk Khan. Gives it to Jake Salugo. Handballs some guy hot. Laird. Lucky. Free kick. Harry Sharp tackle Laird high. Both players are like 170 centimetres, not tall. Hawker Khan got the ball. Kicks it out wide on the wing. Poor kick to sack Taylor. Tries to get the ball. Breaks a tackle. Well done, Taylor. Breaks and ribbons his tackle. Gets a teammate the Keys. Keys from 80 out. Pumps it deep inside 40 for the Crows. Phil Fogarty marks it. 25 direct in front. Here's a straight kicker. There's no need to play on. He's one of the best kickers. Him and Jay Amos are my 2 best kickers in the league, goal kickers. So he's marked the third direct in front. Why would you play on? He's one of the best kickers in the league for goal kickers. Just unfortunately, he doesn't get the ball up. Last week he had 7 disposals against Doggies. The week before that, he had 7 against Geelong. And then the game before that against Hawthorn, he had 9. So Fogarty's only averaging, 7.5 possessions per game. If he can get 12 to 14 disposals a game, have 7 scoring shots, he'll probably kick like 6 goals every game. His kicking is elite. Fogarty from 3 metres out directly in front should kick this. Wow, the Crows are back in front. Wow-wee. Wow-wee. The Crows are back in front. Wow. 2 goals for Darcy Fogarty. He's got talent, but just doesn't find the ball enough. The last 3 games, he averaged 7.5 possessions. But wow. G'day, Roger Smith. How are you, mate? Hopefully you enjoyed this coverage. So, Alex kicked the last 3 goals, Callum, and you're at the game, you'll be loving it. So Ian Lee was on the bench, so Fogarty, they had a mismatch in the full line. Fogarty was able to take that overhead contested mark. Alright. Let's see how the ball's in the centre. Heating handles backwards to Miller. Can Ali play and get the game on now? Miller stuffs up. Chandler, Melbourne can slingshot. What was Miller doing on the slingshot? Poor kick from Chandler, went for goal, and Keane is running first to the fence in the goal square. Chips it. Oh, hits a ball, takes a risky kick, kicks it to Hawken Khan. 20 minutes into the fence, he kicks out wide. That's Isaac Rankin, it looks. Yes, it is. Defensive 40 for the Crows. Good to see Rankin back. And he kicks a poor kick right out wide on the wing to Trent Rivers. No one on Rivers, no Crows player. I'm not going alright, mate. Tired, which bit of soccer and the Brazil game this morning I did on YouTube. Or this watch along. But I'm going good, buddy. Roger. Brady Fritz goes to the mark. Couldn't mark it. McElhaney handles it backwards. Ranked over his head with field foot. No look handball. Bit of NBA style. Laird handles over his shoulder. Now, Hawker Hawker picks it on the wing. Feels under pressure. So, what's his name? McDonald's marks in front of Taylor Walker. Sorry, just doing the chat. So, Crows up. Just type out. So, Sparrow kicks inside 50 for the D's. Poor kick. 2-1 over Van Rooyen's head by 5 meters. Murray took an easy uncontested mark for the Crows. Melbourne were doing well with their transition. They're just starting to go a bit slow now. Adelaide pressure has intensified in this second half or third quarter. Cook dropped a sitter, but he was pushing it back when he tried to go for the mark. That's why he didn't mark. Bit of tunneling, as they say. So Braden Cook plays on for the Crows. And the ball is out. Centre wing. Melbourne's dominating field play this quarter, but Adelaide's won the quarter. 3 goals to 2 to take a 5-point lead. Can Melbourne get back? Can Adelaide improve? Even though it sounds ridiculous, Adelaide in by 5, but Melbourne dominated the first half of this quarter. We've still got 9 minutes and 10 seconds left. Adelaide up by 5, 9-10 left. Boundary throw, 70 metres out from the Crows' goal. Gordon, Vilfoot in ruck against Kentfield. Luke Bracken was taken high, he was. Fitzgerald or Stan, he was a metre over. Oh, no 50-metre penalty. Everyone thought it was a 50-metre penalty. Rankin from 80 out. Kicks it inside 50. It was a poor kick again from Rankin. Straight to full strap. Defensive 40 for the D's. Coltrane full strap. Kicks it long down the wing. Look, Murray dropped it. Now Chandler can go on the wing. Handballs as a Sparrow. Cook misbroke. Now Van Rooyen slaps it. The ball's on the ground. Chandler gets good tackle by McElhaney. He ducked. It is Honer. Yep. He did duck Cade Chandler against McElhaney's tackle, so it is a free kick to Adelaide. They call that prior opportunity when he tried to duck. Now, McElhaney kicks it long down line on the wing. Penalty tried to go for Specky, but he didn't touch the ball. Should that be an unrealistic attempt? Even though one of the commentators are questioning. Free kick to Melbourne. Adelaide wouldn't be happy because he picked it went for Specky. Didn't even touch the ball when he went in midair. That was an unrealistic attempt. But somehow Pickett gets a free kick. The supporters aren't happy. I don't blame them. Or don't disagree with them. Now, Batty Fritz from 80 out. Umpire says play on. Pumps it inside 50. Who can mark? Oh, Van Rooyen crumbs the ball. Now, snap. Snap. By, was it Turner? Miss. Opportunity in Melbourne. Sorry, Paddy Cross. Should have been a goal. He had a good chance to kick that, Paddy Cross. He was the pre-season supplementary and pickup because Stephen May retired on the eve of the season. So they're able to recruit him Paddy Cross. So Braden Cook's at the ball, defensive 60 for the Demons. Kicks out down the line. Fogley spoils Bowie, who was in front of him. So Crows will take that. Boundary throw. Centre wing. 7 minutes and 18 seconds left of this third quarter. Crows up by 4. Close game. Low scoring. Movement of the ball's been slow in this third quarter. Gordon against Phil Thorpe. Sparrow gets the ball, picks up, kicks it forward. Good mark from Van Rooyen. Another play on quickly. Cade Chandler from 50 out. Does a shimmy around there. The crowd of Melbourne are happy. Goal. Goal to the D's. Someone's going to win this game. Don't know who. Gorn's dominance in ruck is showing, really showing. But this time against Phil Thorpe as a second ruckman for the Crows. And the thing is, Chandler, who was on his right side running 50 metres out, then he does a shimmy. Everyone knows, I've never ever seen Chandler kick on his right foot in my life. It was never going to go for that shot in the first place. So he was able to corral the defender pretty easily. The defender, I was the defender, I would have said, alright, use your right foot. I'm going to try to block your left side. Knowing that, I've never seen you ever use his right foot in your life in kicking a goal, Chandler. So, yeah, he was able to outsmart Laird pretty easily, K. Chandler. So, now, Melbourne gets another clearance. Dominating the sun of dominate. Sparrow pumps it deep inside 30. No one there. McLean 1-on-1 against a Cross. Gets tackled by Cross. Bounce up. 30 metres out in Melbourne's goal. Melbourne dominating the clearance now. Cozzy ran over the ball. Windsor gives it to Maxey left foot. Laird against Sharp. Off hands. Berry just dropped the ball. Cozzy's got the ball now. Cozzy. Boundary. Bounce up. 35 directly in front for the D's. McAndrew against Maxey. Now, Fritz dives on it. Oh, just got rid of it. Lucky, well done. Still not sure he got rid of the ball. Play on. Michele, can he? No, he can't. Michele gets the ball, just kicked it. It's going to go out, Lassou with a... That's going to be a Melbourne 3, I think, with Lassou. Yeah, it is. And free kick to Langland from 70 out. Kicks it deep inside 30. Oh! Brandon almost marked it. And the Crows player looked like he was taken high. Yes, he was. McElhaney was taken high by number 21, Jefferson. Defensive 30 for the Crows. Free kick, 5:48 left. Melbourne up by 2 points. We've got a close game. Not a high-scoring game. Kicks it long. Gorn, I should have marked that. Normally he does. Sparrow gets tackled. Now, bounce up, 70 out from Melbourne's goal. Sending me out from Melbourne's goal. Kick on Melbourne, Mark. Is that Jefferson? It is too. Matt Jefferson. He's had 3 disposals and 1 goal. He'll be kicking from 52 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Right side full line. Ideally, not good for a right footer. 3 disposals. Had a quiet day, Jefferson. On 52 metres out. It's gonna go for behind. Miss. 8-8-56. Melbourne up by 3 points now. 8-8-56. Adelaide 8-3-53. What's Adelaide gonna do with this kick out? Are they gonna go brave in the corridor? No, they're gonna. Oh, Hawker Khan does go more centre. Off hands. Pitting now. Oh, I lost the ball. Can they go? Oh, Laird gets the ball. Gets tackled. Saligo gets tackled by Trent Rivers. Looks like somebody bounce up. Amy is out from Melbourne's goal. So, McAndrew's back in ruck for the Crows. I haven't seen much of Dawson this third quarter. Van Rooyen tries to take on. He does get rid of the ball. Now, Nick Murray picks up the ball on the ground. The former Giants Academy player gets smarter. Here, Melbourne can go forward now. Gordon bumps inside 50. 2-1. Crows favour. Ball ace. Dropped it. They spoil each other, the Crows. And number 41, the Melbourne player, trying to take on the Crows. That should be behind the ball. And Paddy Cross. Or Paddy. Stop. So Paddy. Crossy. Trying to take on the Crows. So free kick to McElhaney. Defensive 30. McElhaney kicks it to the wing. Nankervis has a couple of times taken some good he's got good hands for mid-sized player, 180 odd centimetres. Luke Nankervis for the Crows. Chips it. Finds number 40, Holker Khan. Kicks it to his captain, Dawson. Defensive wing, or almost centre. Dawson, haven't seen much of him this quarter. Chips out wide the centre wing to Barry, Sam Barry. And defensive wing for the Crows. The Crows down by 3 with 3 minutes and 23 seconds left. Barry kicks it long down the line. Forward off centre. On the wing, Walker. Couldn't mark it, and it's gone out. So Amir's out from the Crows forward line. The ball's out. Let me know your comments, viewers out there. Do you think Melbourne will win this game, or the Crows will steal this game at the end? Let me know in your comments. Crows or the D's will win this. Alright, Hozzy. Pickett gets the ball. Dangerous kick in the corridor. Full shot gets tackled. Now, Saligo gives the Dawson in the centre. Now, can the Crows slingshot transition? You got the runner, Cook on the other side wing, 70 out. Plays on quickly in the full line. Walker's marked from 50 out. Left side forward front of Jake Lever. Plays on quickly from 52 metres out. Kicks it to a pack that's like 4 Melbourne players. That's a poor kick from Walker. I should have just stopped and went for the goal, even though he can kick 50 metres out or 55 metres out. 86-54, Adelaide. Sparrow dropped the ball from the drop mark. Play on, umpire says. Lucky. Dump kick from the Demons, but marked by the Crows player. Luke Nankervis again. Aim is out from goal for the Crows. Kicks it in more centrally. Gives the that McElhaney. He's on the handball. No, he's not. He's not. Dawson takes it from Aim is out. Holker Khan, I should say. Hulk Khan. Pumps it to the pocket. Good luck marking this. Off Michelle's hands. Got hit in the head. Oh, free kick to Josh Michelle. He's got from 20 metres out on the right side full line on the boundary. He'll have to kick a banana. No, Melbourne's free kick. Wow. Go on, another free kick to the D's. Crows not happy. The supporters. Maxie kicks it to a tall one. The Crows player just got shoved. Has to be a free kick to Keys. Oh yeah, you can hear the Bronx cheers. Now the Crows playing quickly. Middle from 50 out. Who's he kicking it to? Who's he kicking it to? Middle run from 50 metres out. Kicks it straight to a Melbourne player. Now the ruckman McAndrews is injured. That kick from Miller on the run, no one on him, kicks it straight to a Melbourne player. What was that kick? Now Crows, if Andrew's out for this game, never went for the mark, his elbow hit Andrew in the head, he might be out. That was a poor kick from Miller. He was no one on him from 50 metres out on the run. No one knew, and he just kicks it straight to the Melbourne players, and Lachlan Andrew had to jump for it, and then Jack Lever's mark attempt, hands, elbow hit him in the head. So now Adelaide's gonna be -1 down with only full-fledged ruck. Now you got 2 forwards. I just said, it could be a cheekbone, could be out for months. I just didn't understand that kick from Miller on the run, 50 metres out, no one on him. He had no player near him by 10 metres, misses a target completely, and now could be a long-term injury to McAndrew. Could be a cheekbone. He's walking off, but we don't know about his cheekbone. Hopefully it's just sore off the elbow in the head. Obviously he'll get the concussion test. So it'll be a 15-minute concussion test. I mean, he might be out for almost the whole game. Big blow for the Crows, or we'll miss 10 minutes after the last quarter. Just that kick. There's no one next to Miller 50 minutes, like no one near him 10 minutes out, and he missed the target completely, and now forces McAndrew is injured now. The poor kick. You think 50 minutes or 48 minutes on the run, you go for the goal, not chip it to a 3-on-1 Melbourne or 3-on-2 Melbourne favour when. I can hear the boos. That's why it's Lever's mark. Lever got the mark, and you can hear the boos. Adelaide down by 2. So Dawson against Van Rooyen. So there's still a minute and 13 left, and listen to the commentators. There'll be a 15-minute concussion test. I know it's 6 minutes for 3/4 time, so a minute plus 6, that's 7 minutes. He'll be 8 minutes more for McAndrew after the start of the last quarter, so he might miss. So he might be able to come if he passes the concussion test. He'll come back with what 14 minutes left of game time left. Miller's got the ball, defensive 30 for the Crows. Kick out wide to Laird. There's 48 seconds left. I think Adelaide's just going to chip and waste time. There's in defensive 30 for the Crows. Laird kicks down the line. Dan Curtin. Ooh, was that high? From Bowie. It's like a 15 centimeter height difference between Curtin and Bowie. Almost look like chopping hands. You can see Curtin not happy. Curtin like 197. Bowie's like 178, 187. And it looked like it was chopping arms, but play on. Defensive. Boundary throw 6 minutes out for Melbourne's goal. Cozzy. Ran lots of steps on his left foot. Hits a target. Oh, full stop, dropped it, but Sharp crumbs it. 1-1 in the goal square for Adelaide. And Melksham couldn't. Dawson fends off. Lucky in his defence. Handles it backwards to Braden Cook. Defensive 20 for the Crows. 16 seconds left. Long down the line. Did that touch Lever's hand against Fogarty? Doesn't matter. The ball's still in play. Falkstrom. He handled it, went out. So it's Adelaide's free. Oh, he handled it, bounced out, and now they didn't get the free. Why did not arcing using the arc? Umpire said couldn't see, but when they arc it, it looked like he handled it, went out. Oh, that is a free kick based on that. Why did the arc review that? See, it's inconsistent. The arc reviewing the handball's going out. That was a free kick to Adelaide. Lucky for Adelaide, that was out. But I can hear the crowd booing. I understand why they're booing. Yeah, I had to be honest. I don't like to bash umpires, but their performance has not been that well, to be honest, in this game. And that's just another scenario. The lack of the use of arc. It seems like when you watch games, they use the arc and they don't. It's a bit consistent. That was clearly, you can see, the arc people watching TV, you can clearly see that he handled and it bounced out and they didn't give it. So that's very cool time, everyone. Well, I'm going to head off quickly, so I'll be back in just under 6 minutes. All right, see you at the start of the last quarter. Sorry, people. I had just missed a start. I had to have a quick toilet stop, and unfortunately, I missed the start. So, how many minutes have we played this last one? So, we played 43 seconds. So, fortunately, I didn't miss too much. So, lucky. The Crow, no, Melbourne, the ball is in somewhere. We played 50 seconds. So, we just started. So, Crows still down by 2. Zach Taylor got the ball in defensive 50 for the Crows. Kick it to the wing. Taylor. Now, Langland handles it backwards. Lever. You can hear the boos. Kicks it inbound. Hits off the back of the head. Zach Taylor. Handles the Miller. Zach, what's his name? Jordan Dawson. Apologise. Kicks it in the corridor. Over the head. Howes loses the ball. Neil Bullen. Howes. Full strap. Taylor. Howes. Diver. Got rid of it. Just. Neil Bullen just kicks it quickly forward. Rochelle competes. Pretty good soccers at the former Melbourne City Youth Academy. Oh, good soccer kick by Rochelle to Walker. Bad handle by Walker to Rochelle. Rochelle goal square. Goal! Crows are back in front. The Crows are back in front. Well played by Josh Rochelle. He got the goal for the Crows. Josh Rochelle got the goal for the Crows. Adelaide 9660. The D's 8856. That was all Josh Rochelle. He just competed. And the handball by Walker, the pop to Rochelle, wasn't a perfect handball, but he was still able to keep his feet. Yeah, so if you're enjoying the stream, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All subscribers will be totally much appreciated. But Rochelle gets that goal for Adelaide. They get the first goal of this last quarter. This is going to be a close game. I can sense it. So the ball's back in the centre. Phil has been rucked for Adelaide. Now Chandler. Crow's got one less tall now. Good intercept the mark by Borlase. He's a free agent. Unrestricted free agent. So you got him, unrestricted free agent. And Jordan Butts is unrestricted free agent. So out of the 4 Crows key defenders. Oh, good mark by Phil Thorpe. Plays on quickly. Poor handball, but it looks like Aleish trying to play on fast. But yeah, going back, the Crows out of the 4 key defenders, 2 of them are free agents. Dan Curtin from 60 out, kicks it long. Over the top for Shelley. Oh, it's too deep. 1 point. It was just a bit too deep for Rochelle. He's the only fool that looks damaging. Causing. Man, McAndrew, sitting back on the bench. Looks like he's rubbing his cheek, but looks like he's getting his mouth guard on. Looks like he might pass the concussion test. That'll be positive news for Adelaide. It'll be another 3 or 4 minutes to the 15-minute, so he can go back on. Chandler kicks it. Interference, looks like it's a Melbourne free kick. Defensive 60, Demons free kick. To Fitzgerald. Yeah, he hit the ball last week in his first game. I remember watching him. Kicks it. Oh, Gordon dropped an easy overhead mark. Maxi was expecting contact. Now, centre wing, Bowie, Jake Bowie kicks it. Oh, smart by the Crows. Gordon thought he was going to get punt on it, so the defender was going to punch the ball when Gordon went for the overhead mark, but there was no Crows player near him, and he dropped a simple overhead mark. Maxi, of all players, he's awesome, Maxi. Fortunately for the Crows, centre wing, Maxi gets the ball easy out of the ruck. Fitzgerald, Chandler, one back on his left foot. He does. Bounces. Nan Curvis picks up the ball, but Van Rooyen steals it through, but gave it to Saligo. Handballs it over the top. Poor handball from Jack Saligo. Tolstrup handballs to Van Rooyen. Kicks it. Oh, Miller was crunching mid-air. In the head. Play on. And Melbourne gets a mark because the boys are going to be angry. Wow. Crowd are booing. Hinkley said it's a fair contest. Crowd aren't happy. Hinkley's questioning why. Well, he can't. Ooh. Might be over the shoulder almost. Now, Jefferson to put Melbourne back in front. Jefferson, 25 minutes out on a slight angle, should kick this, Matt Jefferson. He's put the Demons back in front. Goal to Melbourne, they're back in front. Crowd are booing, not happy. (9-8-62) the D's, Adelaide 9-7-61. 1 point game. 8:15:58 left. Miller was waiting for the ball. If he jumped up and tried to put two hands for overhead mark instead of taking the chest mark, could have taken the mark. So, Melbourne dominating the clearances. McAndrew's back for the Crows. So he's back against Gorn. Now Fullfoot can play more on right. So the ball's back in the centre. And Steele tries to pick up the hard ball. Ground ball he gets tackled by Berry, Adam Dawson. James Pickens getting his shoulder checked. Now Neil Bullen in the centre does an ugly banana kick over Fogarty's head. Now Lever gets tackled by runs to the boundary, safe option. Instead of trying to tackle Fogarty. Fogarty's probably 192 centimeters and 100 kilograms. You wouldn't want to run into that. Power strength, 15:39. These up by a point. Yeah, the umpire in the soccer this morning was terrible. VAR, I just understand VAR. Even now, at times, I question ARC in this and VAR. But VAR is, yeah, there's more questions than answers. Right, 40 out from Adelaide's goal. Bounce up against the two ruckmen. Sparrow, quick kick. Luke Nankervis gives it to Miller. Quick handball to Brandon Cook. Kick gets Smarter. Sharp now. This turnover could cost him. Sharp's got Pickett on the loose. Pickett, one bounce. Good luck catching him back a lane. Pickett from 50. Chips it. It looks like he's trying to chip it to someone. And the ball's going for behind. It looked like Pickett was trying to chip to a player. Looked like there was a person there, but there wasn't. There was open goal score. I wasn't sure why Pickett didn't go for it. Even the the commentators were questioning it as well. It looked like he was kicking to someone, but there was no one there. He was on the run for 50 out, open goal square. So the ball's hit the behind post. The score review and it's going to be a boundary throw. Next up, Melbourne's behind post. Ideally, Melbourne prefer that than the behind kick. Adelaide. No score, so on bet a throw in. Next up, Melbourne's behind. 1 point lead to the D's. Can we get a draw? Lucan, right? Kentfield. Luca. Not Doncic. Kentfield. Short throw. They're recalling, are they? They're throwing with like 10 meters. Short throw. McAndrew against Luca. Kentfield. Next up, Melbourne's behind post. Umpire throws the ball. Laird gives it to Miller. Sam Berry's been quiet today. Kicks it long down the wing. Off for Shelley. He looks like the only dangerous forward for the Crows. McDonald. Bowie handballs it straight to Keys. Gives it to Darcy Fogarty. Just does a left foot 2-minute kick. Now, Howes. Sparrow. Now Mel's got the extra loose player. Pump inside 50 for the D's. Ball ace, 2-1. Ball ace 190 odd centimeters. Cosy Pickett 170. So you got like 20 odd centimeter height difference. Now the Crows chip it out wide to Cook. Defensive 40. In front of Sharp. Kicks it on the wing. One hand up by Dawson. Out. Haven't seen much of Saligo. I just saw it on TV, on the screen. It's been unsaligo for the last month. So, this is a good game. It's a close game. And if you are enjoying this stream and you are new to it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All subs will be much appreciated. And Mark Keane back from injury, takes a mark defensive 30 for the Crows. What's he going to do? Is he going to go in the corridor? He does defensive forward, but umpire says play on to a Miller. So he goes out wide, defensive wing. Laird, was he fouled or doesn't matter? He marked it in front of the Melbourne player. That was hard contest from Windsor. Haven't called much of Caleb Windsor. Windsor's had what 4 in disposal so far. Turner can't mark it, and I can't see who got tackled. Looks like Howes, I reckon. Yep, it is Blake Howes, number 22 for the D's. It's gonna be a bounce up on the wing. So McAndrew against Luca. Now, centre wing, who can get this? Laird got it first, handballs to Barry, has a dump kick on his left foot. Oh, Fogarty marked it, 80 out for the Crows. Darcy Fogarty kicks it quickly inside 50. 2-on-1 against Walker. And Cross didn't mark it. And was able to help. I mean, Walker was able to chop it out, and a win for Adelaide. It was 2-on-1 against Walker, and now the ball's gone out. 30 minutes out from the Crows forward line. Boundary throw. 1 point lead to the Melbourne. 13 minutes left. We've got a game on. 40 out. McAndrew hits it. Hits him, Rankin's head. Can he pick it up? No. And McDonald just got rid of the ball. Michele Keys, pressure. Michele picks up the ball. Mel's trying to tackle him over like a rugby style, give it behind. Looks like it is. Looks like the Demons have tackled Michele. Touchdown for behind. Russia just tackled him over the line. So game scores are tied, everyone. Scores are tied, ladies and gentlemen. 98-62. Adelaide, Melbourne, 98-62. 62 point apiece respectively. Bowie, defensive 40 for the D's, kicking on the wing. Van Woon, Curtin, no. Curtin, Keane. Gives it straight to the Melbourne player. Can they go? Ooh, Curtin gets the ball back. Ooh, what a. Ooh, Peeling's in the walls. Shoulder charge, and he's grabbing his head. I thought he's got a sore shoulder. Is the head or his shoulder? What with both the commentators saying? Oh, the shoulder of the Melbourne player. Winslow hit Peeling in the head. Ooh, that would hurt. That would hurt. Ah. Oh, the head. Imagine someone's shoulder, 95 kilograms, straight into your head, their shoulder. Oh, that would hurt. Sparrow. Looks solid. So, centre wing. Bounce up. 62 apiece. Could we have a duel? Could we? Could we? Another centre bounce in the centre wing. Oh, another bounce up in the wing. Holding Adelaide, I hear. So it must be a free kick to Adelaide. I was up looking at my chat, so I didn't see it properly. Rankin kicks it to the forward 50. Good lead from Fogarty. Fogarty's marked from 55 metres out. Umpire says play on. From 55 metres out, Fogarty on his left foot kick deep. Good luck marking that. Pack of players everywhere. Lever. Handballs it. Sharp was taken high. Poor tackle from Braden Cook over the shoulder easily. Free kick to Sharp. Easy disposal for the D's to get this ball out of the defence. You want to have forward 50 pressure. Don't want the defence to get the ball out easy. So free kick to Sharp. Kicks out the defensive 70. Someone's on the ground. It's a free kick to someone. I can hear the Bronx cheers, so it must be a Crows free kick. Looks like it's Keane's free. Mark Keane's first game back for this year. Ali plus free kicks, 20-17. Kicks it to McAndrew, marks from 60 out. Gornsby on the bench for 6 minutes. 11 minutes left. McAndrew kicks it forward inside 50. Over the top. Michele. Saligo runs to a shutter. They just ran a shot at 2 Crows player. That was silly. McAndrew takes the mark, 70 out. Handballs it to Mark Keane from 65. Kicks it. Plan on the lead. Keys. Curtin. Couldn't mark it. Kentfield. Not sure how he got rid of it. Was that delivered to the boundary? They're calling for it? No. Lucky. Walker's in. Looking at umpire saying he handled it a purpose to the boundary. The crowd aren't happy, but it's home. Support the Crows. Of course, they're not going to be happy. The home side. So, with 3 minutes out in the Melbourne's forward line. Boundary throw. McAndrew against Kent Luca. Just grabs the ball out. Ruck handballs to Berry from the boundary. Says it's only in the goal square. Ooh, dropped over behind to the Crows. No, free kick. Free kick or a point? What? This wasn't a goal. It was definitely touched. I don't know what. Oh, Fogarty. Oh, the ball hit above Fogarty's knee. Oh, they reviewed it, but one behind. It was a behind. I thought why they reviewing, but the ball was above Fogarty's knee, so Fogarty asked if it was a goal. So I thought it was just already behind the Crows, but Fogarty was asking for the goal. Okay, we've got 10 minutes and 37 seconds at Adelaide 9-9-6-3. The D's 9-8-62. The Crows up by 1 point. 1 point. 10.5 minutes left. So yeah, if you are new here, welcome to my channel and appreciate for watching, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next game that I do. I'm looking at doing the Collingwood and Port game tonight. So Brian Cook from 60 out, pumps inside 50 for the Crows. Fogarty one hand up, couldn't mark it. Turner, good defense by Trent Rivers, I should say, not Turner, Rivers. The ball's been Adelaide's full down for the last few minutes, controlling it, and they're no scoreboard pressure. Time forward half, 67% to 30 Melbourne in the last 10 minutes of this. So Adelaide needs to make Melbourne pay with their forward inside 50 entries. So Rankin, Gorn gets the boys back on now. Melbourne kick it long down the line. Chandler, King couldn't mark it. Slip through the hands. Is that cross? Bounce up. So Aim is out. Bounce up. Crows forward. Aim is from out. Gord gets the ball from Ruck. Gets tackled by Riley. Field forward. Nankervis. Oh, Gord's got a free kick. They're giving it holding on from field forward. I wasn't sure how he got rid of the ball. Wow, wee. Well, they're getting in the back. Oh, that's holding the ball. I agree with Shudo. That's the Jefferson goes for the mark, dropped up. Fritz. Oh, he's got the ball. Trying to tackle the tackler. The crowd are angry. That Phil Foot and back school look like holding the ball instead in the back. And then Fritz tried to take the Mancos on. No, ooh. The Crows Sports won't be happy with this if they lose by a point. Phil Foot dump kicks it to the centre wing. Fogarty. Lever, good touch. Lever, well played. The two Crows player. Chase Turner, dump kick to the centre wing. Philthorpe, good hands. Good hands from Riley Philthorpe in front of Langford. 20 centimetre height difference and muscle as well. Keane kicks into the corridor, hits a target. Holker Khan, centre wing, kicks it to play on the lead. Keys, marks in front of Trent Rivers. Keys from 55 out. What's he doing? He's assessing. He's on play on quickly before Melbourne floods. And Dawson marks the right side of forward line, 25 metres out. Perfect angle for left footer, working 25 degrees on the 25. He'll kick it left to right naturally as a left footer. Perfect. He's like 17-1 this year. Now, since I said Dawson by miss. He can even snap it, left foot snap, or kick a drop punt. It's a left footer, perfect angle for a left footer where he can kick it left to right. 17-1 Dawson this year. You back him to kick this, but I'll probably jinx him. He's 17-1 Dawson. And it's an ugly kick and he's missed. I thought he'll miss. After saying all these numbers, I thought he'll miss. Didn't kick a captain's goal, Dawson. Ali 1-4, butchering their attempts in his last quarter. 1-4, poor kicking. So, Neil Bullen tackles the Melbourne player, but now they can slingshot out of defence. Centre wing, Gorn should mark this. Borlace competed well against Gorn. Murray, was he taken higher? He was taken high by it. It's grabbing his head. It looked like Gorn took him high. Yes, he did. So the Crows got the free kick. You can hear the Bronx cheers. 8 minutes left. Adelaide up by 2. It's going to be a close game. Adelaide butchering their inside 50 opportunities. 1 goal for Adelaide in this last quarter. So, Nankervis with Dan Curtin. Got the ball in the wing. Centre wing, Daniel Curtin or Dan Curtin. DC, whatever you want to call him. Poor kick. Ugly kick by Dan Curtin. Good mark by the former captain of St Kilda, Jack Steele. Defensive 30 has been a great recruit for the D's. Add some leadership after losing Oliver Batrak in the midfield. D's are chipping that. Oh, defensive 50. Now there's a loose play in the centre. Kicked over the player's head. Now Holker Khan gives it to Zach Taylor. Melbourne turns over. Taylor smartly goes backwards, retreat. Doesn't Reset. Max Michaelaney gives it to now. Luke Curvers gives it to Neil Bullen from 80 out. Pumps it inside 50. 1 on 4. Melbourne should get this. They kind of spoiled each other out, the Melbourne players. Now they got +1 of defence gone. Now, defensive 20 for the D's. Kick it out. Turner. Dan Curtin competes. Not playing. The one not tackling Sparrow. The Crows just standing there when umpire said not play. Now, the ball's in the middle. Cozzy Pickett gives it. Rivers, Trent Rivers gets it. Melbourne get one clean handball. Oh, Langland took his eye off the ball, lost it. Melbourne just in one clean possession and could go, but they can still go. Saligo picks up the ball and drops it, slaps it to Hawker Khan. Now the Crows. Looks like McLean's got the ball in the wing, kicks it to Darcy Fogarty. There's 6.5 minutes left, and he kicks it long. And Ben Keys from 80 out. Plays on quick in his last on the lead. Phil Thorpe in front of Max Gawn on the lead. 40 directly in front. Well, Dawson missed the last one. I wouldn't be surprised if Phil Thorpe doesn't kick this. Riley Phil Thorpe. He's been quiet this year, except for last week when we kicked 3 goals against O'Donnell. Phil Thorpe hasn't kicked a goal yet today. Fogarty's kicked 2 out of the big 3, and Walker 1. Phil Thorpe has not kicked a goal yet. He's had only 8 disposals today. 40 on a little slight angle. Phil Thorpe has kicked it for the Crows. They have an 8-point lead. The Crows are up by 8 points. 10-10-70 the Adelaide Crows are. The Demons at 9-8-62. The Crows up by 8 points. It was on the wing when Langland had the handball was going to Langland. He had his eyes off the ball, then dropping in receiving the mark, and then Ali was able to win that and then stream forward quickly. Just a little 1% like that. And Phil Thorpe was playing up forward against Gawn. Gawn doing defending against Riley Phil Thorpe deep inside 30. Crows up by 8. So like Andrew been ruck against Max Gawn in ruck. Max never played defense in his life, so Gawn was able to Phil was able to dominate that 1-on-1 against Maxi. So Dawson, centre bounce. There's still heaps of time there. 5:41 left. Centre bounce in the centre. Gawn against McAndrew. Gawn punches it 20 metres forward. Luke Nankervers against the Melbourne player who tackled him in Kay Chandler. So we bounce up. Amy is out from D's goal. Gawn. Taylor for the Crows. Kicks it out wide. I don't know why Ali's trying to go slow now. I don't know why. Just continue playing, attacking. Rochelle makes the ball on the wing. And he plays on quickly. Centre wing. Ugly kick. One ugly kick from Rochelle straight to the Melbourne player in Lever. 50-metre penalty. Undisciplined by Adelaide. Now, Melbourne will get the free kick in the centre, the late Lever. Handballs it, plays on correctly. Now, Bowie. In the pocket, Murray tries to fisk it. Pickett can't see the ball. Oh, poor handball by Peeling. Can Melbourne make a bad play? Barry goes backwards to Neil Bullen to Dan Curtin. Defensive 40, kicks it out. Loose play on the wing. Taylor Walker in front of Cozzy Pickett. Oh, Pickett took the ball off Walker while he marked it. The supports are... Oh, he milked the free kick from 50-metre penalty from Cozzy Pickett. Walker marked it, showed him the ball, and then Cozzy Pickett just took the ball out from Walker after he marked the ball. He milked that easy 50-metre penalty. He was taunting him, Pickett. Oh, look at the replay. Walker just gave him the ball. So, Walker sucked the umpire in. Got an easy 50-metre penalty. Kicks out wide. Dan Curtin's marked the ball 50 metres out, left side of the forward line. From 52 metres out. And has he got the distance? I don't think Curtin can hit the distance. We'll get close in the goal square. He's a left footer, good angle for left footer. Allied up by 8, but 4:24. Curtin's starting to have an effect in this game. 8 disposals. He's had 3 contested possession, including 3 scoring involvements. From 52 out, Curtin. Don't think he'll make the distance. It's not going in anyway. Behind. Melbourne get another possession. Adelaide up by 9. 10-11-71. We've got, what, 4 minutes and 6 seconds left. If Melbourne can get a quick goal now, transition. put some stress over the Adelaide players. Kicked it out in the full, I reckon. I can hear the Bronx cheers. Too early for Adelaide to defend. There's 4 minutes left. Zach Taylor, umpire says play on quickly. Pumps inside 50. You might as well do what's doing you well. Continue trying to score the Crows. You would. Walker sharks it. Rankin on the left foot from the boundary. Kicks it behind. Now possession for the D's. 10-12, 72 the Crows. The D's down by 10, 9-8. They go quickly on the wing. Curtin dropped that. There's still plenty of time. Chandler needs to get back on his left foot. There's 2 Demons. Now they can transition. Windsor takes one bounce. Barry is too fast. 1-on-1. 1-on-1. Melkshire against Dawson. Oh, Keys run out in defense. Campbell's to his captain. Dawson was sport against Melkshire 1-on-1. Dawson is pretty tall, 192. He was a defender at Sydney. Kicks on the wing. Walker dropped an easy overhead mark. 1-on-1 against Lee. We should have marked that. Then Ali will waste another 10 seconds to be marked on the wing. Walker. Boundary throw in front of the interchange bench. Close game. Crows up by 10 with 3-12. I tipped the Crows by 12 points. I had Ali in my multi. They got a win for my multi. Gamble's responsible. I don't encourage gambling. So, Gordon, I saw him shirt pulling. Yeah. Dawson's loose behind the ball for the Crows. You put your best decision maker behind the ball. The Crows got Dawson loose +1 defense. So McAndrew's got the free kick, center wing. He kicks it back, switches, risky kick. Finds the player. Is that Nankervis or King? Now, Murray's got the ball, defensive 40 for the Crows. Kicks it out wide to Cook, defensive 60 for the Crows. Risky. They've chewed up 30 seconds. 2:40 left. Brandon Cook probably kick it long down the line. He does, center wing. +1. Turner couldn't mark in front of Walker. Sockers it through Stone teammates like Richetti, the former soccer player for Melbourne City Youth Academy, kicks it. The Melbourne Turner not making his own teammate. Now 50-minute penalty on the wing for Crows. McAndrew, so Cozzy or whoever ran into the protect. No, Kentfield. No, who ran to the McAndrew? He's got a bit of a Josh Kennedy crab walking goal kicking. 2:23 for Adelaide. The clock has stopped. So he marked the ball. Who? No one was on the mark. Howes and another Melbourne player, number 12, Forshot, was not on the mark. They all ran off, so no one was standing. So that's why I don't like the stand rule. Free kick to McAndrew. 50-minute penalty McAndrew from 30 out. Slight angle, 35 meters out. Gonna watch for his crab walk. Here we go. The crab walk. The Josh Kennedy. Does the Josh Kennedy run up? He stutters. Fall behind. Melbourne's still alive in this game. 11 points now. Melbourne kicks 2 goals in 2 minutes, they win. Still got time left. The D's got to go quickly in the corridor. Adelaide up by... No, my math is wrong. Adelaide up by 10. Chandler gets the ball quickly. Brady Fritz on the wing. Well, good sport by Dan Kerr. He's got that reach. 197 centimeters against Langland. 180 versus 197 centimeters. He's got a height... Of that, his height, Langdon couldn't mark that in the air because Dan Curtin, he's got that long arm reach, being 197 centimeter, former defender at, was it West Perth that the Crows drafted him from Western Australia? So 1:38 left. Melbourne needs to score this, win the next 20 seconds. Gordon grabs the ball out of ruck. Chandler takes some field foot, good tackle with Shelley, just handballs it to Laird, gives it to a player in the wing. McAndrew gives it to Saligo, tries to tackle the tackler. Dunham, what's he doing? Trying to tackle the tackler, holding the ball. That is poor decision making by Saligo. All you need to do is just kick it long with 50 meters down the line and get yardage. Now pick it. Cozzy, Alex, everyone behind the ball. Murray tries to take on the player, gives it to Keane, defensive fade for the Crows, kicks it forward. Sparrow jumps high, but Isaac's got the ball, kicks it, handballs backwards. Now Saligo, what's he going to do this time? Handballs it backwards this time. Barry. Walk past one player pretty easy. Saligo, 53 seconds left. Ali just needs to mark here and a win. Alex Neilborn takes a sliding mark with 46 seconds left on the center wing. They should win this, Adelaide. All he needs to do is just kick it long down the line and chew up more time, and everyone in Adelaide can just flood. Barry. Oh, he took the mark. Now he can chew up another. There's 32 seconds left. Adelaide should win this. Sam Berry kicks it. Rochelle has marked up 40 metres out. Ali will win this. He can use up 30 seconds. There's only 23 seconds left. He can use up the shot clock. He should be kicking after the siren. Rochelle marks it from 48 metres out on a 45-degree angle, right side of the forward line. Not ideal for a right footer, but doesn't matter. There's 10 seconds left. He'll just waste time. Rochelle looks dangerous. Ali were fortunate to win this game. 2 seconds, 1 second. He'll be kicking after the siren. Ali will win this. Ali up by 11. Rochelle, can he kick a goal after the siren? He has kicked the Crows win by 17. 79-62. The Crows have won 3 in a row now. They've won all 3 games after the bye. Last year they won 9 consecutive games after the bye. They've won 3 games in a row now after the bye. They've won 6 of the last 7. Saturday night, next week's going to be a cracker. Showdown against Port Adelaide. When Port Adelaide led by 5 points with 40 seconds left, and Braden Cook kicked the goal with 20 seconds left for Adelaide to steal the showdown by 1 point with 20 seconds. We're going to have a Saturday night cracker next week. Crows versus Port Adelaide showdown. I can't wait. Can't wait. It's going to be an awesome game. The showdown between these 2 sides next week. And so yeah, good game. Melbourne, they were good. There were times where at Melbourne second quarter, they kicked 6 consecutive behinds, went from 5 straight to 5-6. That was probably the opportunity that cost Melbourne the game. Kick those goals, put scoreboard pressure. The Adelaide, never know. Chasing the last score. Whereas Melbourne next week, they have the bye. They'll be disappointed. Missed opportunity. Stephen King on the coach. You can see next to him the former captain, Nathan Jones. The 2 assistant coach, no hair. Nick's also, he's bald as well. So good win to the Adelaide Crows Football Club. That's right. Every time a team wins, I've got to sing their club song. So I've got to Google the Adelaide Crows club song. So good win to the Crows. So now, Melbourne got the bye next week. The Crows have got the showdown next week. That's going to be a cracking song. A cracking win. So alright, now the winners, the Crows, they beat the D's by so it's full time. I should turn off my clock. So that's it. Full time, Adelaide 11 goals, 13-79. Melbourne 98-62. The Crows won by 17 points. And alright, let's sing my club song. And if you are new to this coverage, and this is the first time watching my stream, yeah, welcome to the channel and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'll be doing the Port Collingwood game tonight. Alright, let's sing the Crows club song. The winners, the Crows. We are the pride. No, sorry, I'll do it again. We're the pride of South Australia, and we're the mighty Adelaide Crows. We're courageous, stronger, faster, and respected by our foes. Nation of the nation, our determination shows. We're the pride of South Australia. We're the mighty Adelaide Crows. All right, let's continue that first verse again. So, we're the pride of South Australia. We're the mighty Adelaide Crows. We're courageous, stronger, faster, and respected by our foes. Aberration of the nation. Our determination shows. We're the pride of South Australia, and we're the mighty Adelaide Crows. All right, that's the club song. Let's look at the stats for the 2 respective sides. For the home side, the Crows, the leading goal kickers were 3 to Josh Rochelle. He was awesome this year. He looked dangerous forward. He had something in disposal. So 3 to Rochelle, 2 to Darcy Fogarty, did some nice things. Had 10 disposals, improved his disposal count this game. Dawson had 2, Taylor Walker had 1, Riley Filforth had 1, Wayne Miller had a goal, as well as Ben Keys. For the D's, their goal kickers are 3 goals to Van Rooyen, 2 to Harvey Langford, and also 2 to Jefferson and Chandler respectively. That's it. Melbourne had 4 goal kickers. Yeah, 4 goal kickers. 3 to Van Rooyen, 2 to Langford, Jefferson, 2 goals to Jefferson, Chandler, and Langford. Wow, they had 4 goal kickers. Alright, let's look at the ball getters. We'll look at the Demons. Sparrow had 28. He's a free agent. Restricted free agent from South Australia. Was drafted by South Adelaide. Teams will be after him. I can see the 2 SA clubs, especially Port Adelaide, especially if they lose Zach Butters in the trade period. Jack Lever, the former Crows, getting lifted off. The supporters won't giving any cheers. Oh, they're clapping. So that's good of the Crows. Because I know they were booing him today because I know things didn't pan out well when he exited the Crows, allegedly. Going back to the ball getters, 28 the Sparrow for the D's, 28 the Gorn, 24 the Bowie, 22 the Turner, 21 to Steele, as well as Rivers respectively, 20 to K Chandler, 18 to Langland, and 16 to Caleb Windsor. Joel Fitzgerald had 16, Van Wooten had 15, as well as Fordstrop, as well as Kasai Pickett wasn't his impact game. He spent a number of minutes, lots of time in the forward line, so less time on ball. 13 to Tom McDonald, Lieber in his 2-up game, 13 disposal. Harvey Langford, 13 disposals with 2 goals. Bailey Fritz with 12, Harry Sharp and Howes with 11 disposals respectively. Jefferson had 7, 6 to Paddy Cross. Luca Kentfield had 5, and Melksham only touched the ball 3 times. Quite a game for Jake Melksham. A couple times he had the opportunity to mark the ball, he dropped it unfortunately. For the Crows, their leading ball getters are 27 to Wayne Millera. But just look at the Crows' next 4 games. They've got the power in the showdown, then they travel the West Coast, then they play Gold Coast Suns at home, who've been pretty poor in the last few weeks, then they travel to Sydney. So at 3 of those 4 games, you think they'll be favourites in 3 of those games, but the game, round 19, Adelaide vs Sydney SCG, that'll be a cracking game. So going back to the stats for the Crows, Miller had 27, then the partner in crime in defence, Laird had 26, Sam Berry had 24 for the Crows, Hugo Holt-Khan had 23, so 3 of the Crows defenders had higher 23 disposals. Then Rankin, back from injury, had 22. Luke Nankerso also had 22 playing off half-back wing. Mark King, back from injury, 22 disposals. Braden Cook on the wing had 21. McLean and Dan Curtin, 20 disposals, respectively. Zach Taylor had 18 disposals. Jordan Dawson also had 18 disposals to go with 2 goals. Played a different role, played in the last quarter, a bit loose man in defence, had that leadership experience. Joshua Shelley, who I thought was probably one of the best players in the game, had 17 disposals to go with 3 goals free. Nick Murray, 17 disposals. Alex Neil-Bullen against his old side, the D's, 16 disposals. James Penny had 15. Ben Keys had 15. He worked that up well high. Keys, and he had a goal. Borlace had 15. McAndrew spent a number of times in the 3rd quarter out with the concussion test. He had 13 disposals. Walker had 12 disposals. Fogarty had 10. Riley Filth had 9. And Jake Saligo, he's been crying the last month. Only 8 disposals. If he's playing midfield wing, 8 disposals, that's pretty low for player on ball. So Saligo has been pretty quiet in the last month. Alright, that's the player stats of the 2 respective sides. So we had just for sure in the coverage that Tony Modra has woken up, so that's good news. Good news. Because the tree, I remember doing the Crows, the Thursday night game between Free and Geelong, and one of the players on the chat said he might be deceased. Like, oh no, but that's very good that Modra's alive and is waking up, so that's positive news. Gunner player, that's what I liked watching AFL when I was young, watching Modra, or every time we took a mark, or they call him Godra, every time we took a mark in school on someone's backpack, we all scream out Modra. Was that specky that he took over in Fairlady? Was it in Fairlady? And Glenn Archer transporting that 93 mark of the year against North Melbourne in the goal square at Football Park. So, alright, let's go. So that's good positive news for Modra. Go and look at the stats. Disposal, the Crows plus 56, 410, 354. Kicks, Adelaide were plus 50, Adelaide plus 62, 254 to 192. Handballs, the Crows were Melbourne plus 6, 162 to 156. Inside 50, Melbourne plus 2, 57 to 55. Disposal efficiency, Adelaide plus 10%. Adelaide were more efficient with the disposal, 78 to 68%. Inside 50 efficiency, Adelaide plus 5%, 40 to 35%. Adelaide more cleaner inside 50. Free kicks, Adelaide plus 3, 22 to 19. Wow, the Crows are 5th and Melbourne are 6th. They're on the same win-loss as Geelong. Crows, Adelaide and Melbourne, Geelong, Adelaide and Melbourne all on 36 points. That's all 9 wins. So followed by the Lions, who have yet to play. So, interesting. And to round out 7th to 10th, Brisbane, Doggies, Gold Coast, Saints in 10th. Wildcard position. Free kicks, Adelaide plus 3, 22 to 19. Hit-outs, even, 36 apiece. Clearance, Melbourne plus 11, 42 to 31. Centre clearance, Melbourne plus 8, 13 to 5. Stoppage clearance, Melbourne plus 3, 29 to 26. Contested possession, Melbourne plus 12, 146 to 134. Uncontested possession, wow, Adelaide plus 71, 197 to 268. Turnovers, which you want to be negative, Melbourne plus 14, 77 to 63. That's a very key. If you can be negative, stats that I see teams win. You're negative in turnovers, and you're better percentage-wise, efficiency inside 50. You win, and Adelaide were negative in turnovers, and they were plus 5% efficiency inside 50. So that's the two stats. In those stats, you're negative for turnovers and plus in efficiency inside 50. Usually you win, and the Crows did today. Marks, Adelaide, wow, plus 76, 138 to 62. Marks inside 50, Crows plus 5, 11 to 6. Contested marks, wow, Adelaide plus 13, 16 to 3. We played 115 minutes of this game. Melbourne led for 70 minutes of the game, but not the end. Adelaide only led for 45. So Melbourne led for 60% of this game. Adelaide only led for 40%, including the end, and they won. Adelaide did better in the last quarter. They dominated the last quarter, Crows. Tackles, Adelaide plus 15, 65 to 50. Tackles inside 50, Adelaide plus 3, 9 to 6. Their full pressure in the second half was a lot better by the Crows. In the first half, Melbourne were able to transition pretty easily from Adelaide's offense. Bounces, Melbourne plus 9, 13 to 9. 1%ers, Melbourne plus 8, 60 to 52. Interchange made, Adelaide made new 73 out of 65, had 2 left. Melbourne only used 67 changes out of 75, so they had 8 interchanges left. So that's all the stats. Let's look at the summary of scores. Breakdown quarter by quarter. Summary. Just trying to get this loaded up. Can't find the score. What's going on? A Sheryl Curry song. Yeah. Alright. Look at the timeline of scores. At quarter time, Melbourne led 5 goals straight, 30 to Adelaide 3-4 22 to lead by 8 points at quarter time. In the second quarter, Adelaide kicked 2 goals, 1. Melbourne kicked only 6 behinds. That's what cost Melbourne. They had 5 goals at quarter time. By half time, they had 5 goals, 6, and there was some easy opportunities. So Melbourne kicked 6 behinds at quarter time to take a 1-point lead, 5-6, 36 to 5-5 favor. If Melbourne made Adelaide play in that second quarter, could have been different if they had like a 15-20 point lead at half time. But what off, could off, two different things. Where Melbourne's poor kicking cost them in that second quarter where they kicked 6 behinds with run and play. Then in the third quarter, Melbourne kicked 3 goals, 2 to Adelaide, 3 goals, 1. So Melbourne won that third quarter by 1 point. So they had a 2-point lead at 3 quarter time, 8-8 56. To Adelaide, 8-6 54. And then in the last quarter, Melbourne kicked 1 goal. Adelaide kicked 3 goals, 7. Poor kicking for Adelaide. Lucky they got away with it. 3-7. So they kicked 25 points compared to Melbourne, only 6 points, the 1 goal. So Adelaide won by 17 points. They ran out. Winners, 11 goals, 13-79 to the D's, 9-8 62. And the Crows take a 17-point win. And congratulations to the Crows with a 17-point win. And with Shelley, I thought was probably the best player on ground, 17 disposals and 3 goals. And yeah, thank you for listening to my coverage. I appreciate that. And if you are new here and welcome to the channel, and if you enjoyed it, please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next game. And I'm planning to do the Collingwood and Port Adelaide Power game tonight. I think it's about 7:40 Eastern, so we're cracking over a game. Port Adelaide versus Collingwood at MCG. Collingwood need to win this because the wildcard position, Teps and Kilston run away from, I think they're like 6 points or 1.5 wins ahead of the Collingwood. They then win tonight to get closer, itching back to that wildcard spot. Alright, thank you for watching my channel. Really appreciate all the chat and all that. And Callum, congratulations, your team, the Crows, won. You were at the game at Adelaide Oval, so you'll be happy. The first half was not looking well for the Crows, but you got the win. And others that also chatted, thanks Roger Smith, yeah, Callum, even though you're at the game, appreciate Nettie, thank you all. And Footy Fanatic, appreciate all you guys for chatting. And hopefully you guys can all join me for my watch along tonight between the Port Adelaide and Port Power against Collingwood Magpies. So thank you all and have a good night, good day, good afternoon, and catch you guys later. See ya. Alright, stop this. See ya all.